Dragon King intentionally or unintentionally looked at the current situation. Forehead is not easy to detect, slightly wrinkled. When he saw the red fire dragon fighting with the dragon soldiers, his solemn eyes flashed by. Red fire dragon also saw the Dragon King. When he was lost, he was hurt by the dragon soldiers. He showed his teeth in pain. I dare to hurt my uncle's tail. I don't want to kill you. Hearing this, the Dragon King's cold eyes seemed to pass a trace of helplessness. Although it was very shallow, it could not escape the eyes of Cloud Dance. Gently pull the corners of the mouth, it seems that the winning chip's in her hands. Finally, the Dragon King put his eyes on Yunwu, and the helpless in his eyes was completely hidden. I don't know where the dragon people offended you, let you make such a sudden attack. To inspire the masses? All of a sudden. Is he implying that she is mean? No grudge in the past, no grudge in the near future. Plain voice like water, but with a touch of uncomfortable laziness. The Dragon King's face was colder and angrier. Then why is that? Looking at the guards killed on the city wall, the soldiers solved at the gate of the city, the ghostly black team, not to mention the army behind her. Is this the scene of no grudge in the past and no grudge in recent days? I don't have any grudges with the dragon people. It's him who has grudges. The Cloud dances a light glance red fire dragon way. The Dragon King took a look at the red fire dragon and understood what the situation was. Finally, he had to talk to the red fire dragon. You son of a bitch. Is this a rebellion? The Dragon King roared. Red fire dragon smell speech, anger on the body a little cold, a jump body has been illusory human form, sitting on the camel warcraft body beside Cloud Dance. I want to rebel. Do you think the dragon palace is still there? When Red Fire Dragon heard the angry voice of the Dragon King, he was so excited that he didn't see his father for many years. He didn't even want to call his father. Maybe it was because his decision to expel him from the family was too arbitrary. The Dragon King's cold angry eye color slightly droops, already did not have such iceberg edges cold idea. Just now, he received the news that the east and west cities had been lost, and the comers had occupied the two cities. If they continued to attack the Dragon Palace, it was a must. But they did not continue to attack the Dragon Palace, they just occupied the two cities. At that time, he knew that the comers did not want to capture the Dragon Palace. Then what do you want to do? The Dragon King lowered his voice and his body trembled slightly. Benda. We're just talking about a deal with you. Cloud Dance takes the lead to speak and interrupts Red Fire Dragon's words. With Red Fire Dragon's irascible temper, he quarrels with the Dragon King. After Qi Yong's provocation, he can fight soon, and nothing can be done at that time. What deal? Looking at Yunwu, the Dragon King instantly realized that Yunwu was the leader of this event. I've been on the road for 2 days, and I'm still hungry. I don't know if the Dragon King has prepared something delicious for the big guy. Yunwu looks at the Dragon King's face like a chameleon with a smile. Smell speech, not only Dragon King, Qiyong originally gloomy facial expression more gloomy. Father, if you can raise such a fierce team, you must not lead wolves into the house. Qiyong saw that the Dragon King was meditating on the words of Cloud Dance, and quickly stopped it. He can't let the crisis to his disadvantage live, let alone let the crisis enter the Dragon Palace. Cloud Dance sneers, the smile is full of irony, looking at Qiyong's calm face appear flustered, she glanced at Red Dragon, seems to ask him how he feels. I don't think there's anything better than now. Red Fire Dragon wantonly smile, although smile does not reach the heart, but also not against the heart. Then Yunwu felt a look of murder hovering between them. If the look could kill people, she and Red Fire Dragon would have died thousands of times. Well. All of a sudden, Qiyong screamed and bowed in pain. Dragon King, it's so difficult for you to choose a meal. Do you mind if I help you? Long Qingxie, who had not spoken for a long time, glanced at the Dragon King lazily. One of them jumped onto the Cloud Dancing mount, hugged her waist and put his chin on her shoulder. You. The Dragon King pointed to the dragon and looked at Qi Yong, who fell to the ground in pain. He was angry. Then he looked back and roared, "Please let them in." "Wait a minute." Cloud Dance suddenly stopped the bodyguard who came to invite. "They are used to being scattered on the top of the desert, so please ask the Dragon King to send the food out." Cloud Dance a smile, then look at the black team, and there, also sent out, sneak attack secretly check habit, in case can't bear to live in the Dragon Palace to investigate what's not good, just a few of us go in to visit. With these words, Qi Yong's face was worse than the color of eggplant. Just do what she says. The Dragon King knows very well that the Dragon Palace is now besieged and surrounded by cloud dancing people. There must be some reason why she didn't move the Dragon Palace, and that reason may be a glimmer of hope to save the Dragon Crisis. "Father King." Qi Yong wanted to say something, but was stopped by the Dragon King's eyes. At the moment, there were many questions in his heart, but it was too late to study. Looking at the people gradually away, Qi Yong clenched his fists, and his eyes were calm and terrifying. "The dead are the surest." "I understand." Cloud Dance, Dragon Poor Evil, Meng Bai and Red Fire Dragon follow the Dragon King, all the way to the Dragon Palace. Dragon Palace is located on the sea not far from Tuacheng. It is like an island floating on the sea. It is surrounded by a border, just like a fairyland on earth. The three-legged golden crowns are transformed into the sun, shining on the sea and the magnificent Dragon Palace. In the distance, the turtle of the Dragon King came all the way, carrying several people to the Dragon Palace. Yunwu has some helplessness at the bottom of his heart. A person with status is willful. If he can walk by himself, he has to set up a mount. In about a quarter of an hour, the turtle took several people to the steps of the Dragon Palace. Yunwu then found out that the boundary of the Dragon Palace was not to defend the enemy, but just to prevent the invasion of seawater. It was overqualified. The moment you enter the Dragon Palace, the clouds are dancing, and you feel as if you are separated from the world. This Dragon Palace is similar to the Dragon Palace in modern TV dramas, except that there is no seawater. Seaweed and green vines are everywhere. They miraculously survive without seawater. Dragon pillars, dragon chairs and dragon gates are everywhere in the form of dragons. A dragon wandering around, circling on the Dragon Palace, swimming in the sea, everywhere. Dragon Palace, really Dragon Palace. After arriving at the Dragon Tribe, most of the dragons appear in human form. Even if some dragons hate human beings and do not want to appear in human form, they are also a few. However, most of the Dragon Palaces now appear in dragon form. This is the world of dragons. It's no exaggeration. After entering the Dragon Palace, Red Fire Dragon just like back to his own home, quite due the friendship of the host called Cloud Dance. A few people completely did not look at the Dragon King's face. Although the Dragon King was angry, now he was pinched by the neck and had no position to speak. After dinner, Yunwu put forward that he was tired for 2 days and wanted to stay in the Dragon Palace for one night. The Dragon King was angry, but he reluctantly agreed. Several of them lived in the Dragon Palace. Because they are human beings, they are naturally looked at by many people in the Dragon Palace, but even the Dragon King can't do anything to them, so they dare not do anything. It's night, cool. The Dragon Palace at night is a bit cooler than usual. In the emerald crystal green and resplendent Dragon Palace, the Dragon King sits alone on the dragon chair, touching the bridge of his nose. It seems that he is tired between his eyebrows, but he can't sleep. Why, can't you sleep? After passing the palace, looking at the Dragon King with a sad face, Yunwu came in with a cold voice. The Dragon King suddenly raised his eyes, and his sorrow turned into sharp, "How did you come in?" "Oh." Cloud Dance chuckles and glances at the Dragon King sarcastically. "Do you think your bodyguards work for me?" The Dragon King didn't speak anymore. Of course, he knew that those bodyguards were equivalent to furnishings for her. "What can I do for you?" The Dragon King's attitude is not as tough and angry as he was at the gate today. Maybe he wants to understand. Now that someone holds a knife around his neck, even if he is angry, it doesn't help. Don't you want to know why we deal with the Dragon Palace? If the scope is smaller, you don't want to know the purpose of Red Fire Dragon's return this time? Cloud Dance squints her eyes and looks at the change of Dragon King. After a long time, the Dragon King sighed, say what you want. When Red Fire Dragon robbed Shuhuan Dan, don't you think it's strange? As long as a person with normal thinking, he will feel strange, let alone a Dragon King who has been a dragon for thousands of years. You mean the Red Fire Dragon was set up? The Dragon King's eyes darkened. He glanced at the Cloud Dance, and could not see any fluctuation. Yunwu just laughed and said nothing. This sentence has betrayed him, he suspected that Red Fire Dragon was framed. The story of that year has been turned over. There is no need to mention it again. The Dragon King stood up, touched his forehead wearily, and turned to leave. Turn the page. Do you want the whole Dragon Palace to turn over the story together? Cloud Dance eyes swept out a touch of cold, tone thin cool a few minutes. Hearing Yunwu mention the Dragon Palace again, the Dragon King's anger rubs and burns. Li Mao looks sharp at Yunwu, and his tone suddenly becomes sharp. If you say it's a frame-up, it's a frame-up. Why should I believe you? Cloud Dance eyes color slightly cold, smile, it doesn't matter if the Dragon King doesn't believe me, but in your own heart, don't you have doubts for a long time? A wise leader may be dazzled by love and hate for a while, but he will soon wake up. I've given you the steps. It's up to you whether the Dragon King wants to go down or not. Everyone likes to be capped, and Dragon King is no exception. He pondered for a while, his anger faded, and finally understood the purpose of Yunwu's final attack on the Dragon Palace. You are a smart man. Stop. Cloud Dance suddenly stretched out a finger. After praising a person, it is often followed by a request. If you praise your intelligence, you can't do stupid things. If you praise your diligence, you can't be lazy. Praise a person, is the next set. She won't go in. Dragon King, I'm an outsider. Even if Red Fire Dragon is your son, I'm also an outsider. It's possible for an outsider to do anything to hurt the Dragon Palace. Dragon King, think twice. You threaten me everywhere. Do you think I'm really afraid of you? The Dragon King was threatened by the Cloud Dance. There was no room for resistance. His self-esteem and dignity were absolutely unbearable. The Dragon King is not afraid of me, but I am not afraid of you either. Cloud Dance indifferent looking at the Dragon King, a result for a piece, is worth, all depends on the Dragon King way. She said frankly, if entangle, but fell inferior. Dragon King pondered for a while, Su Rong said, according to your words. If this matter is true, the person who can return the innocence will be innocent. If it is not true, she will withdraw, which is the best. From which point of view, there is no harm. It was a long time ago, but he thought that as long as he wanted to find out, there were more or less clues. Along with the investigation, there would always be some clues. Unexpectedly, after a night's investigation, we found that all the people who testified about the Red Fire Dragon's snatching of Shuhuan Dan were dead, and there was something strange about the death. The reason for everyone's death was different. Coincidence or premeditation? Dragon King began to think about Cloud Dance. This matter is really strange. When Dragon King investigated the matter, the clouds and dancing were not idle, and secretly investigating the matter. Over the past 100 years, she knew that only those officers and men were not enough to testify, and that they must find important evidence. Unfortunately, the material evidence had been taken away by the guy who was the chef Fire Dragon, and I don't know what else to find. The guy who doesn't do anything but add something. The quiet Yunlu Palace is dark everywhere, and the three figures quietly come and look around. All of a sudden, 2 night patrol bodyguards came face to face, and the three quickly hid in the flowers. It seems that the 4th prince will not come back tonight. I don't know what it's like to hold a woman like my mother all day long. Don't you dare say that. Walls have ears. The 2 voices are getting farther and farther away. The 3 people in the flowers looked at each other, and the corners of their mouths raised a radiance. The phantom passed by. They saw the palace gate move in the distance, which seemed to restore calm like an illusion. In the room, 3 dim figures are busy searching for something. After all this time, do you really think he will keep the evidence of that year? Red Fire Dragon looked for a while, and did not find anything. Think Cloud danced something too much, so long, the destruction of he has already destroyed it? If it were you, it would have been destroyed, but he wasn't you. Cloud Dance sneers. There is a kind of person in the world who will play with fire and burn himself sooner or later, that is conceit. Unfortunately, Chi Yong was one of those. Little thing, I find that you are getting better and better at manipulating other people's minds. Long Qingxie's deep voice penetrated the darkness of the room, just like a touch of warmth coming to the Cloud dancing ear. His eyes looked at the wall in the distance, and a mysterious smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. I think so. Yunwu glanced at him, past him and walked to the wall he had been looking at. Long Qingxie's golden eyes drooped slightly, and a smile appeared at the bottom of his eyes. This little thing. Yunwu knocked on the wall, and the movement of the wall was not unusual, but it made Yunwu feel that something was wrong, and could not say what was wrong. What's the problem? Cloud Dance looks at the wall, eyebrows locked, eyes meditating. Did you find anything? Smell speech. Red Fire Dragon also walked to come over. Long Qingxie lazily sat down on the bench, picked up a brush to play with, looked at the Cloud Dance's eyes, doting evil spirit, if you can taste something sweet, I can consider telling you what's the problem. Yunwu's face turned black, and a trace of coolness appeared at the bottom of his eyes. When was the time? He was still in the mood to play tricks there. You like to be garrulous, don't you? Well. Long Qingxie bent down in pain and covered his legs with a slight pain. Is it sweet enough? Cloud Dance overlooks the dragon and looks cold. Red Fire Dragon sneered, ask for trouble. But was Cloud Dance a cold eye warning? Long Qingxie stood up, picked up Yunwu's waist, turned around and put her on the chair. Madam, please sit down, and the rest will be given to my husband. Looking at Long Qingxie, Yunwu shakes his head helplessly. Is this guy masochistic? Long Qingxie went to the wall and looked at the brush in his hand. His golden eyes narrowed and a gust of wind swept by. The brush was straight into the wall. Wow! There was a crackle in the wall. Then I saw a crack in the wall. As time went by, the crack became bigger and bigger. Finally, it opened. How wide was it for one person? Inside the wall is a partition, and a small box comes out of the partition, because the wall is golden, and the small box is also golden, which is extremely difficult to find. There is nothing but a small box. Long Qingxie gives the small box to Yunwu and winks at her. Cloud Dance slightly frowned. How do you find there is a problem? If it had not been for Long Qingxie to remind her, she might not have been attracted there at all. Intuition. The dragon poured a smile, and there was more evil in the smile. Intuition of the same kind. A terrible and dangerous intuition. Looking at the box in hand, Yunwu thought for a while, and decided to open it to see if there was any value she could take away. Under the gaze of the 3 people, Yunwu opened the box. There was nothing in the box except a letter. Can this be so-called evidence? The 3 looked at each other and nodded like gods. Yunwu opens the envelope, which says that it was he who had the Shuhuan Dan in the hands of more than 10 soldiers snatched back. In order to have a long night's dream, they put away the envelope and left. They searched for the robber as fast as they could, but they were told that they had died a few hundred years ago. It seems that he was killed. Check this. Cloud Dance slightly frowned sneer. Good Ruthless means, a live all didn't leave. The fire-red dragon leaned lazily against the back of the chair, and there seemed to be a fire burning in his eyes. His biological mother has gone, what else is cruel? Hard-hearted people are especially suspicious. It's the same reason that I'm always afraid of meeting the devil when I'm walking too much at night. She said softly, without a trace of anger, but colder than ever. They looked at each other and understood each other's thoughts. In the Pear Garden Palace. They found something. Chi-yong smiles. Yulan, who is sitting under him, shows a look of fear. He is not afraid of the prince's cold, but he is afraid of the prince's smile. This is a consensus. The next moment, Yulan's neck was severely pinched. The master of the hand, Chi-yong, is still laughing, slowly asked, "Are not all dead? What did they find out?" The subordinate lowered his head, sweat beads straight down, but did not dare to wipe. "Subordinate, I don't know." Chi-yong suddenly force, Yulan constantly struggle, face purple frightening. He looked at her appearance, only feel funny. She's on the verge of death, like a clown. This pleased Chi-yong. He released his hand, low calm way, roll. The jade haze is tiny red mouse sun, continuously rolling and crawling a runaway. Standing on one side of the subordinates, sweat more severe, plop a kneel on the ground. He didn't even look at it. It's natural that we can't find it. After all, it's a bunch of rubbish. You can get out. His voice grew angry. This sound of roll is like an amnesty. My subordinates quickly stepped down, as if there were wild animals chasing behind. Chi-yong was the only one left in the dark palace. His slightly angry face became dignified. He stretched out his 5 fingers and his hands were covered with sweat. "Father, I can't stay. I hope my mother's death will go down with my father's death. He is the successor of the Dragon King appointed by his father. Once the Dragon King suddenly dies, then he will succeed to the throne. Dragon King is powerful. If you fight hard, few people are rivals." So Chi-yong made a move on the intimate people. The Dragon King has a concubine, Yulan, who is very similar to his mother. He secretly gave it to the Dragon King. Now it's just for use. In the palace, Yulan wanted to take advantage of the opportunity to get close, but she was disturbed before she started. The bodyguard outside the hall suddenly reported it. The leader of the top of the desert and the red fire dragon asked to see each other. The Dragon King on the bedside, but he had to get up again. Yulan's command is to start before the red fire dragon comes and frame up the fire dragon. Now the situation has changed. Naturally, she is a little worried. She grabs the Dragon King's arm and says, "Wang, I want to see the powerful woman." The Dragon King frowned slightly, hesitated a little, and agreed. They went to see Yunwu and Red Fire Dragon together. The main hall. Cloud Dance and Red Fire Dragon sit, Dragon King and Yulan do in the first. The Dragon King was angry when he saw the Red Fire Dragon. But he didn't put it on his face because he was worried about the clouds. He asked rudely, "I found that all the clues were broken. Since you said there were clues, what clues did you find?" Cloud Dance proud smile, "Nature is a big clue, but only to the Dragon King." Finish saying, she carelessly glanced at a jade haze. Yulan Xiao smile, extremely polite, "I leave the body is." She got up gracefully and left, but it was as if she had been mixed by her skirt. She couldn't balance her body, just like the Dragon King fell down, and the Dragon King subconsciously helped her. Between two people, intimate contact. Instant, Yulan figure of fantasy, open fangs, bite to the Dragon King. She was originally a purple man snake, and her toxicity was the most fierce. If she bit the Dragon King, she would not die, but her strength would be greatly reduced. And a king who loses his strength will end up dead. Yunwu has long noticed that Yulan is a little strange and has been staring at her. Now it doesn't seem to be her illusion. Suddenly, the smell of vegetation rose, turned into a whip, attacked the elements of the wind, and almost in an instant, the Dragon King was saved from the snake. Then the thunder element gushes out of the body, hands rotate each other, and a thunder cage is formed. With a wave of plants and vines, Yulan is thrown into the cage. Yulan see a failure, trapped in the thunder cage, in no chance, Red Dragon will shout, "Lord, Yulan incompetent." Red Fire Dragon gaped, "What's the matter with Guan Ben?" Yunwu looks at Yulan and sneers, "Don't frame up here. If he knows the intelligence of assassinating others, he won't be framed so miserably." Red fire dragon lay down gun again, white cloud dance one eye, have you so hurtful? The dragon king stares at Yulan angrily, I treat you well, you even want to kill me. It's her master who wants to kill you. Because we thought we had evidence. She said coolly. The dragon king looks ugly, but he believes a little. On the other hand, Chi-yong thinks Yulan is successful and comes to the main hall to greet the dragon king. However, he finds that everyone is there. Yulan is trapped in the thunder cage. He immediately put away the heart of contempt, into the palace, don't look at Yulan one eye, respectful salute, Father Emperor. When looking at the red fire dragon, his eyes were obviously angry. You can still stay in the dragon palace as if nothing had happened. Don't you feel ashamed when you hurt my mother? He pointed at the red fire dragon. As soon as the prince comes, he is in a hurry to put on his hat. I'm afraid it's not appropriate. Yunwoo stood up and laughed sarcastically. The prince knows that all the people who testified that the fire dragon did harm to people died unexpectedly. Chi-yong narrowed his eyes. At that time, no one paid attention. Now it seems that Red Fire Dragon has a grudge against those who corrected him, so he killed them under revenge. Cloud Dance laughs, no coffin, no tears. Just when Yunwoo wanted to say something, a hurried bodyguard came in outside the palace, with a trace of panic on his face. Your Majesty, the third prince is extremely poisonous and in danger. What? The Dragon King got up, his face darkened, turned and walked away. Please ask the best doctor for me, go and have a look. Looking at the Dragon King leaving, Yunwoo's eyes are dark. He glances at Chi-yong, who has an enigmatic face, and droops his eyes slightly. Is Chi-shu suddenly poisoned? Isn't that a coincidence? Chi-yong's move is a good one. It seems that tonight is another unpredictable night. Looking at the red dragon, they looked at each other and nodded slightly. The fourth prince and the third prince are very poisonous. Don't you go and have a look? Cloud Dance, Willow Eyebrow Pick. Just want to. If you don't go, we'll go first. Excuse me. Chi-yong just want to speak, she interrupted. He took the words as nothing more than hypocritical disguise. He is in the mood to make up, she is not in the mood to listen. Looking at the Cloud Dance Red Fire Dragon left back, Chi-yong mouth stiff pull open a touch of gloomy smile. From the palace, Yunwoo followed Red Fire Dragon all the way to Chi-shu's residence. Chi-shu's residence was not as splendid as other palaces. On the contrary, it was full of peach blossoms scattered around the courtyard, and the fragrance was compelling. Only from this point can we see the temperament of the third prince. Cloud Dance comes to Chi-shu's palace, Red Fire Dragon goes in, but she doesn't go in. Instead, she goes in the opposite direction. At the end of Taoweiyuan, two figures stand next to each other. What's the situation? Yunwoo looks at the dragon and frowns slightly. I can't die, but I can't live well. Meng Bai shrugged his shoulders and felt sorry for the three princes who were killed suddenly. Not long ago, he was just a passerby, but now he was pushed to the top by Chi-yong. I won't tell you if I can save my life. Cloud Dance looks at the dragon to pour evil. The star Mao is right up his that pair of evil spirit of gold Mao, for a moment not instantaneous, seemed to want to see through what is hiding behind his that smile. After a long time. Death is death. If you don't die, how can the Dragon King investigate the murderer with grief? The cloud dances toward the dragon, with a trace of disdain in its smile. Long Qingxie Chumua smile, this woman, why always so clever? After Chi-yong's hand, he has protected Chi-shu's heart. Now Chi-shu seems to be in a coma, but there is basically no danger. As long as the Dragon King investigates the murderer, Chi-shu can do it. Three people return to Chi-shu residence, planned to go in to see period number of illness, but head-on bumped into the face of ice-cold Teen Dragon King. Come on, thoroughly investigate this matter. If it's related, we can't let go of any of them. The Dragon King lowered his voice and was on the verge of anger. Looking at the bodyguard who left, the thin lips of Dragon Qingxie gently opened, with an aura that cannot be ignored between the words. Dragon King, I don't know if this can help you find out the murderer. Dragon Qingxie handed a thing in his hand to the Dragon King. At the moment when Dragon Qingxie spread out his hand, the Dragon King's face turned from green to white. In Long Qingxie's hand, there is a jade pendant, which he brought to Qi Yong when he was born. It's the symbol of the next Dragon King. He never leaves. Now is it true that the Dragon King looked at the dragon and his eyes were cold? What do you want to do? Why is the Dragon Palace not peaceful after you come here? Dragon King, we are here. There are many things that show that some people are guilty of committing crimes. If you still refuse to believe me, I think it's useless to continue to talk in depth. Let's solve it by violence. The cloud dances and the willow eyebrows condense slightly. An old Dragon King's work is so slow, and the truth is right in front of him. He wants to take out a posture that I don't believe in killing me. I want to dream before it's dark, and I don't want to find the time. The Dragon King watched the four people turn away, their eyes narrowed slightly, and their eyes were sharp and thoughtful. Stop. He stopped the three. I promise you to investigate this matter thoroughly. Cloud Dance stopped, but did not look back, the corner of the mouth smile, Dragon King, my patience is limited. Hearing the words, the Dragon King's back was cold. Although he didn't show it, he was shocked. His patience was limited. It seemed that he could see clearly the woman in front of him in a flash. The man was cold and bloodthirsty. This is the evidence just to be handed over to you. Take a good look at it for yourself. Yunwu went to the Dragon King, handed the letter evidence to the Dragon King, and then said, Dragon King, long night, many dreams. She has a point. The Dragon King's face changed slightly. The cloud dances the corner of the mouth to stir up a touch of cold and gorgeous smile, turn round and other three people disappear in the distance. The Dragon King took his eyes back from Yunwu's hand, opened the letter in his hand, and saw that his fingers holding the letter were white and trembling, and his face was cold and frightening. Arrest the fourth prince for me. He said almost word for word. Yes, half of the sky was tinged with the afterglow of the setting sun, and the air became a little cold and thin. The night is hazy, the starlight washes away, some cool night sky breath slightly suffocates. Are you doing this or not? A rebuke, hoarse echo in the palace of repression. Yes. Qi Yong is insipid and does not defend or deny. You. Dragon King hands into a fist, slightly trembling, corners of the mouth are constantly twitching, what on earth for? Qi Yong just gave a deep smile and didn't answer. Cloud Dance Tiny Me Mouse Son, looking at Qi Yong mouth corner of smile, always feel that he seems to have so a little conscience. That Shuhuan pill didn't come to your mother's hand because it was a step late, right? Cloud Dance looks at Qi Yong, Qi Yong hears her words, look a zheng, twinkling of an eye namely die. Do as you please. Say it, close your eyes, don't want to say a word more. I've lost a son for hundreds of years. I don't want to lose a son forever. The Dragon King's eyes are scarlet. Smell speech, Qi Yong micro closed eyes slightly move. After a long time, he opened his eyes and looked at the red dragon with deep eyes. Why did you come back at that time? Then he looked at the Dragon King again and said, why am I so excellent? You have to support a person who has no intention to be a Dragon King and has family affairs to be the next Dragon King? If it wasn't for all this coincidence, I didn't need to send someone to rob Zahundan, and my mother wouldn't have thought Zahundan came late and died. The past came to my heart, and my eyes full of blood were wet, and my voice was close to a low roar. If it wasn't for the sake of getting rid of Red Fire Dragon, if it wasn't for the delay in snatching Zahundan, his mother would not have died, would not, so you're going to make mistakes again and again for this position? The Dragon King's tone is calm, but he has countless sorrows and coolness. He has harmed your mother, forced the Red Fire Dragon away, and now he has harmed Qi Shu. If he didn't catch you tonight, would you kill me tonight? Yes, a positive answer, let everyone take a breath. Evil. Come on, put him in prison for me. The Dragon King was so angry that he trembled. Looking at Qi Yong, who was taken away, his eyes were extremely painful, and he tried not to faint. I'm glad I'm free tonight. When he came to the gate of the palace, Qi Yong stopped and said that he could never see him again. Yunwu sighed a little. When he first met him, he felt that he had a city. His heart was heavy and gloomy. Now it seems that he has gone through a lot of vicissitudes. It's clear what happened in those years. My goal has been achieved. The rest is your own business. Red Fire Dragon glanced at Cloud Dance, turned and left the palace. Cloud Dance looked at Meng Bai. Meng Bai nodded and followed Red Fire Dragon. Now his mood is very complicated, right? Dragon King, what are you going to do with the fourth prince? The king will handle this matter properly. There is no need to worry about it. The Dragon King still had some fear and distrust of her. It's clear. I will double compensate him for his humiliation in the future. I don't know if you can withdraw. Now the East City and the West City are her world, how can he not scruple? Cloud Dance a smile, saw a long Qing evil, meaning each other clear in the chest. It's easy to retreat. It's said that the ancient light belongs to the Dragon Palace alone. I don't know if the Dragon King can tell me where he is. It was for the light of ancient times. Not bad. She did not deny it. It's just a rumor. I haven't seen anything like that. The Dragon King's eyes sank and his words were plain. Cloud Dance sneers, what a lying old fox. Sun's family got half of the remains of the ancient light. Everyone knows that it's the Dragon Palace's welfare for the champion. Does the Dragon King treat me as a fool? He doesn't want to say, we can't force it, or we'll clean up the Dragon Palace, so that we don't have to force others to do anything, do you think? Dragon Qing evil a deep smile, voice flat, but make Dragon King Mao light a change. Cloud Dance slightly droops the eye light inside flits over a silk helpless, this guy every time talks must hit the key. Dragon King, what do you think? The cloud dances the corner of the mouth to hook up a touch of radiant, shallow way. I really don't know the whereabouts of the ancient light. Otherwise, go to the pagoda of the Dragon Palace ruins. No one has been there for thousands of years. Maybe it will be there. Ruins Pagoda. The cloud dances and frowns slightly. It sounds like the place where the ancient light is stored. Let's have a look at it. The old Dragon King is very thoughtful. Doesn't he know where the other half of the ancient light is? Then I'll have a look at it. It's the place where the dragon's patron saint lives. No one can enter except the dragon nobles. Besides, you are still human. I'll make an exception to let you in, but you should promise me to withdraw immediately after you come out, no matter what the result is. Lao Longwang climbed up the pole and began to offer conditions. The cloud danced with a smile and said, now you are not qualified to talk about the conditions with me. When you find the light of ancient times, everything is easy to discuss. If you can't find it, nothing can be discussed. Hearing this, the Dragon King's face changed again. This sentence did not save him any face. Yunwu naturally knows that this sentence is a bit too much, but the person who pushes his nose on the face must hit the face. The Dragon King pondered for a while, and finally let go. He took out a ring from a dark box and said, go and have a look. This is the soul ring. After entering the pagoda, it can help you resist the attack of the wind, thunder, earth and fire array in the pagoda. Cloud Dance took the ring was black, with a touch of evil light, vaguely felt like something was imprisoned in the ring. Thank you very much. Looking back at the dragon, let's go. You're the only one going in. That's my limit. Without waiting for the dragon to speak, the Dragon King blurted out first. Cloud Dance saw Long Qingxia nodded, for husband is not at your side, be careful. Cloud Dance lips a hook, then glanced at the Dragon King, lead the way. Having said that, several people left the palace and walked towards the ruins. On the way, they met Meng Bai and Red Fire Dragon, and they left together. As they walked towards the southeast, they felt more and more invisible pressure. With their constant walking, the pressure became greater and greater, and they almost had to use strength to resist. Before long, not far away will appear a shadow of the pagoda, towering. That's the ruins pagoda. The Dragon King pointed to the dim shadow in the distance. Cloud danced tiny jaw head, looking back to see Dragon Qing evil one eye, that I went. Long Qingxia nodded, my husband's heart will follow you. Cloud dance frowns, do you want to go with your heart? It's better to lead people than to take heart. The dragon smiles. Can you two stop being so arrogant? Meng Bai looked at them and got goosebumps. I have immunity now. Red Fire Dragon directly ignored them. Cloud dance. The Black Pagoda is majestic and solemn. It is clearly dead, but it is oppressive because it has accumulated thousands of years of support. When ordinary people come here, they just have to prostrate and kowtow. But Cloud Dance is leisurely, not affected by the pressure. Her eyebrows slightly pick, the corner of her mouth raised a touch of radiance, vaguely excited. Thinking of the other half of the ancient light in her hand, she smiles. This place seems to be more worthy of the ancient light than Sun Qianling's secret room. If it's still in the Dragon Clan, it's the most possible here. She stood not far from the entrance and concentrated her energy in the exploration tower. Mental power patrols the pagoda. If there is one here, it is bound to find it. However, the spiritual power swam from the bottom of the pagoda to the top of the pagoda. The pagoda had nothing but grandeur and solemnity, as if it had been ransacked. Cloud Dance frown, was it the first to get there? Yunwu quickly denied the idea. The Dragon Pagoda is equivalent to the ancestral hall of the dragon people. The 8 generations of capable dragon kings, sages and heroes of their ancestors are all worshipped here after their death. If even this can be ransacked, it will be the day of the extermination of this clan. Today, although the dragon people are in a terrible situation, it is not the time when the number of people is approaching. Soon, Yunwu thought of a possibility. Will the ancient light be sealed somewhere in the tower? If it's sealed, it can't be found by induction. Long Qingxia and others stopped at the periphery of the dragon tower and watched the cloud dance all the time. Looking at the stopped cloud dance, there was a trace of doubt in everyone's eyes. How did she stop? Meng Bai was puzzled. The Red Fire Dragon said sarcastically, where did you come from, and you don't even know? Don't say I know you when you go out. After a pause, he joked, yes, you're a mouse, but it's not from the soil. Meng Bai, who was despised, had a fierce face, I'm just curious. If I don't shut up, I'll kill you. Looking at them, Long Qingxia shakes his head slightly, looks at the cloud dance with a faint worry, and then looks at Meng Bai and says, do you want to ask? Meng Bai is actually curious about the Dragon Pagoda, but Yunwu answers to the Dragon King and wants to go in alone. At present, there is another dragon prince standing beside him. Naturally, he won't disobey the law and go in directly. But Long Qingxia opens his mouth first and gives him a good excuse. He is overjoyed. Go on, go on. Meng Bai took a look at the dragon and walked over. Can walk 2 steps, careful disposition let him stop a footstep, turn a face to doubt away, how about you also follow? Long Qingxia glanced at him, didn't speak, and put his eyes on Yunwu again. Red Fire Dragon some impatient way, you go quickly, can have what problem, you follow her to go together, anyway nobody sees. On hearing what Red Fire Dragon said, Meng Bai couldn't move his feet anymore. His mind moved and he hesitated. Red Fire Dragon a stare, do you go after all? Is there something wrong? You two won't pit me together? Meng Bai frowned and felt something was wrong. Hearing the words, the Red Fire Dragon suddenly stepped forward, patted Meng Bai on the shoulder, and said with a smile, in fact, it's nothing. It's just 1 by 1 thunder and 1 by 1 fire. With Ben in custody, you can have a whole body. Meng Bai is a shiver that he pats ground, anger rubs however of stare him one eye, then look to Cloud Dance, the line of sight is some worry. Is there anything wrong with her? You're worried, my husband is still here. The red fire dragon sneered, and his eyes were full of disdain. After no ancient light was found in the tour, Yunwu took out the soul guard ring and put it on her finger. It was given by the Dragon King when he promised her that it would protect her from being blown to ashes by the thunder and fire of the tower when she entered. After putting the ring on the index finger, Yunwu rushes to the entrance of the pagoda in a flash. However, she soon bumps into a thick border. When she enters, the border starts to thunder faintly. At the same time, there are smoke and heat waves at her feet. She frowns and resists. The ring seems to sense these changes. Suddenly, the blue light is booming, and all the images disappear. Yunwu takes the opportunity to enter. Meng Bai, Long Qingxie and Red Fire Dragon saw this scene clearly. Meng Baimu gaped, "What is this? Heaven Thunder Earth Fire Array, it's a border." Red Dragon shrugged. "Oh, my God, she's too good." Meng Bai did not hide his worship in his words. If he didn't take an attitude, he was afraid that the stars would come out. This kind of strength is to sit on the ground and fly up. The old man gave her the soul guard ring. "Of course, you don't have to be afraid of the fire and thunder." Red Fire Dragon rolled his eyes. Long Qingxie said quietly, "Well, the soul ring, however powerful the wearer is, will play a greater role. The earth fire and sky thunder are all natural disasters. There is no magic to fight against it. The soul ring is a converter." Meng Bai said, "Do you mean that the ring changed her ability to fight against the array?" Long Qingxie's deep smile, "It can be said that it is." "Is that right?" Red Dragon is also a face of curiosity, and even some anxious. If the soul ring is really just a converter, transforming the strength of Cloud Dance, then her strength is enough to resist the thunder, earth and fire array. Is it too terrible? Don't you know what's in your own house? Meng Bai is at a loss. He doesn't know if he is really confused. You need to ask me if you want to know. Do you think everyone knows this ring? Say you are short-sighted and don't admit it. Weigh it over yourself. Red Fire Dragon roared a few words, and his temper was fierce. Meng Bai's face changed and became as ugly as eggplant. On one side, the Dragon King and the important officials of the Dragon Clan watched the Cloud Dance and easily crossed the array. Their hearts were shocked. This woman's strength was so strange. The Dragon King is surprised to see deeply. As far as he knows, no one has been able to enter the pagoda so easily for thousands of years. Meng Bai black face, Red Fire Dragon speechless, the whole scene instantly fell into a strange silence. Everyone seems to hear Meng Bai's face fell to the ground, and broken voice. Even Red Dragon, looking at his expression, felt as if he was cruel. Fortunately, Meng Bai is actually a double-faced man. If you lose this one, there will be another one. It wasn't long before he continued to laugh at Red Dragon. Then why can she get it and still use it? It's not that I'm not welcome. This time, the Red Fire Dragon ignored him, moved his hands and feet, gave the dragon a look. I want to beat him. Long Qingxie nodded lazily, his eyes resting on the pagoda motionless. Now if there is any accident in the pagoda, he can rush up the next second. On the other side of the coral forest, two figures have been fighting. I ate you. Daydreaming? In the tower at this time, Yunwu found that there was no difference between what she saw and what she saw. She could see the top of the tower as soon as she looked up. After a circle on the first floor, she didn't find any abnormality, so she went to the second floor, then the third and the fourth. If you go to the dome like this, you will get nothing. At this time, Yunwu suddenly felt that little Jinbao's sleeping place in the portable space seemed not peaceful. This little guy has been sleeping in the space since he got along with her. It's no different from an egg. I didn't expect that something happened now. Is it because of the tower? After pondering for a while, Yunwu raises her eyes and releases Xia Jinbao directly. The little guy flew out of her wide sleeve and spread his body in mid-air. He made a zigzag appearance that a normal dragon would do and roared in the air. He thought he was very handsome and powerful. However, because of its size, Yunwoo doesn't feel that it is powerful at all. On the contrary, it has a bloody face. Seeing that Yunwoo was not handsome by her, she felt a little uncomfortable and swam to her cheek to express her dissatisfaction. Yunwoo was so angry by it that she raised her hand to touch its tender little horn, with a trace of warmth in her indifference. Go. She can feel it likes it here. Little Jinbao didn't know whether he understood or not. He tilted his head and thought about it. Then, as soon as his eyes lit up, he began to swim excitedly in the middle of the tower. Yunwoo's eyes follow its figure. Little Jinbao touches the things in the tower from time to time with its tail, beard, young horn and other parts. As long as it touches, the dazzling golden on will light up in those places. When it leaves, the golden on will ripple away in circles and flow in the wall. Before long, from the first floor to the 9th floor, the whole tower was covered with dark golden streamer. Looking at in front of my eyes, Cloud Dance's eyes appear a little surprised. What's the matter? And little Jinbao was still very excited, sometimes murmuring, sometimes hovering, under the golden light. Yunwoo suddenly felt that this place belonged to it. Although Yunwoo couldn't understand what it was saying, it seemed to be talking to something in the tower. These things are attached to the walls, floors and stone pillars of the tower. Little Jinbao is happy. Yunwoo is a little disappointed. There is nothing in the tower. Where is the ancient light? However, looking at this tower, which is alive with gold every inch because of the appearance of Jinbao, Yunwoo's mood is somewhat subtle. She can be sure that little Jinbao has a close relationship with the dragon tribe and the tower. After a little meditation, she flew to the bottom and found the right position in the center. Looking around the tower, she searched again, intending to search again. If not, then the Dragon King's words are suspicious. Yunwoo is in the tower, only to see the dark golden light flow in the tower. Little Jinbao jump up and down. The atmosphere is calm, harmonious and beautiful. However, this is not the case at all. There are golden lines on the outside of the whole tower. It starts from the bottom and climbs all over the tower. It seems to be an ancient mantra. When the grain reaches the top and climbs to the Ding-hai bead on the top of the tower, the bead suddenly glows and soars to the sky. Yunwoo takes back her mental power, and her eyes are deeply shocked. She has such powerful power here. It seems that she wakes up because of the appearance of little Jinbao. The power contained in the golden light is very powerful. Not far from the coral forest under the tower, the two people who were fighting were attacked by the powerful pressure. They had no time to resist, so they were directly knocked to the ground. In an instant, a touch of burnt smell scattered in the strange atmosphere. After a long time, this dragon pagoda has the effect of increasing cultivation and rising from the ground. Explosion head, a face of black Meng by waiting for two white eye strange way. Shut up if you don't know. The ragged red fire dragon was full of anger. Go back and have a look first. The prestige here is so big. I don't know what happened to the dragon's evil spirit. Long Qingxia is much closer to the pagoda than they are. Meng Bai thought about the scene that Dragon Qingxia was pressed on the ground. He was very excited. Let's go and have a look. If he looks like him now, it's the funniest joke in the world. In a quarter of an hour, when Long Qingxia watched a suspected Meng Bai's explosive head and a suspected red fire dragon's beggar climb back, he was really shocked. Dragon Qing evil sword eyebrow tiny pick, what did you do? Why are you okay? All of them were surprised. Long Qingxia thought a little, and his eyes fell on Meng Bai. This is the power of the pagoda after awakening. Don't you know how to protect it? Why are they under attack? Meng Bai's face turned black. He didn't have time to react because he came too fast. Of course, he couldn't say that. Then Dragon Qing evil line of sight between the two people, finally looking at Red Fire Dragon, pick eyebrow way. What did you do to Meng Bai? Don't know why. Red Fire Dragon feel Dragon Qing evil eyes let him very displeased, roar, just hit a fight, what didn't do? Dragon King evil mouth slightly a pick, eyes turn gush banter to come, otherwise you still want to do what? Dragon, King, evil. I'm going to roast you. The red fire dragon roared, and sparks came out of his mouth. However, before the fire came out, it turned into a red spot in the golden light. Red fire dragon's face is a capital muddle. How is this to return a responsibility? Meng Baidaju, regardless of whether he was in the same predicament or not, spared no effort to sneer. It seems that the sky is auspicious today, so it's not suitable to spray fire, ha ha ha. The red fire dragon circled in the air, angry and arrogant. However, when he saw Meng Hei's face and hairstyle, he was immediately relieved. Finally, he just snorted with disdain. Suddenly, the color of the sky changed. The three people were staring at the thick clouds in the sky, and gradually they couldn't move their eyes. In the auspicious clouds, the colorful light came out. Under the light, the golden light on the top of the tower turned into a golden dragon. Dragon's evil look is unpredictable, while Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai are surprised. Red Fire Dragon is impatient, can't help but ask away, this is exactly how. For the first time, Meng Bai did not take advantage of the opportunity to ridicule, because he also wanted to know the answer to this question. He felt that if anyone here knew what the current situation was, he must be a dragon. This question, how much is the answer in Long Qingxia's heart, but he pondered for a while, but said, I don't know. After a pause, the corner of his lips suddenly evoked an enigmatic smile, however, I guess, people who know will come soon. At this time, the Dragon King and others who have been watching this scene from other places come quickly. They are very surprised at the auspicious clouds in the sky, and their eyes are more than surprised. Unexpectedly it's a dragon. The Dragon King looked in the air, his tone was stuttering. Yes, it's the patron saint of the dragon people. It's been 1,000 years, and it's finally here. Dragon King body a zheng, plop a kneel on the ground. This kneeling is not forced by strength. From the Dragon Tower to here, the strength is not so strong, so the kneeling of the Dragon King is completely from his heart. More than sincerity, he wanted to cry for joy. This is the patron saint that has never appeared in thousands of years. He will never admit his mistake. The rest of the dragon generals, who could resist this force, knelt down with admiration when they saw that the Dragon King and several elders were very solemn. They immediately followed the Dragon King and began to kowtow to the Golden Dragon. After kowtowing, the Dragon King got up and looked at the minister behind him. He was excited and calm, and said, now the patron saint of the Dragon clan has finally appeared. All the elders in the Dragon Palace who hit the minister follow me to the Dragon Tower to meet the patron saint. The rest of the people wait to see him in situ. A few people with white hair and beards stood up in the crowd. They were all red and excited like the Dragon King. Congratulations to the Dragon King. The appearance of the Dragon God is the beginning of the Golden Age. Since then, the dragon people will be protected by the patron saint. Such praise, one after another. The old Dragon King was very helpful, but he also knew the right way. He stopped them in time, and then led them to the direction of the Dragon Tower. When it comes to the periphery of the Dragon Tower, the pressure of spirit becomes stronger. Fortunately, all the people who come here are very good at cultivation and have no influence. At this time, Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai have packed themselves up. When they see the Dragon King and others, their eyes look slightly changed. The reason why they were beaten by the force at the beginning was that the force came too fast, and they spent too much physical strength fighting each other. Now the power has dissipated a little, and they can compete with the pressure. Red Fire Dragon has been curious to look at the tower, in the distance to see the Dragon King came, asked, what's the matter with this tower? Why is it that as soon as the master goes in, he makes a big splash? Although he cleared up the frame, he still couldn't speak to the Dragon King as his father. The Dragon King went to the Red Fire Dragon, his face was slightly angry, and said, the dragon shows its spirit. You dare to run around. Have you learned all the etiquette in vain? Don't kneel outside the tower yet. Red Fire Dragon has just been beaten, arrogant, frustrated. Listen to kneel, immediately eyebrow a horizontal, but he well grasped the Dragon King words in the key. What is the dragon? Smell speech, Dragon King facial expression thoroughly green. Come down. When you studied before, didn't you learn this in the first class? For thousands of years, there are not many people in the dragon clan who know about the legend of guarding the dragon, but members of the royal family have this in their compulsory schoolwork. Take studies, I'm not rare. The Red Fire Dragon gave a cold hum. You. The Dragon King pointed to the Red Fire Dragon, wanted to fight but didn't fight hard. Finally, he was annoyed by the Red Fire Dragon's disdain. With a wave of his hand, he wanted to fight. Don't be angry on this day of great joy. Behind the elders, the officers and men quickly stopped, while gently persuading the Dragon King. At the same time, they winked at the Red Fire Dragon. The Dragon King also felt that on this happy day, he put down his palm and saw that his knees were stained with a large piece of fine sand. He also believed that he had not profaned the spirit, and his anger was gone. So he followed the crowd to the tower. Red Fire Dragon cold voice a smile, hundreds of years did not discipline me, now I just don't eat your set. Hearing the words, the Dragon King's back was stiff, but he didn't speak any more. He turned and disappeared in the tower. When the dragon people enter the pagoda, Long Qingxie and Meng Bai follow behind the team. Someone finds them, but they don't say much, let alone stop them. Meng Bai patted the Red Fire Dragon on the shoulder and said with a smile, unexpectedly, the one who should be beaten was not beaten. It seems that the dragon is really the patron saint of your dragon family. Red Fire Dragon's face turned black and roared, shut the hell up for me. Long Qingxie glanced at him casually, and suddenly said in a very cold and solemn way, be careful with your words and actions. Perhaps it was forced by the dragon's evil spirit, or infected by the atmosphere. Red Fire Dragon glared at Meng Bai and shut up. Meng Bai also touched his nose, no longer smelling him. After Jin Guangyao's eyes, the border disappeared and the group went in very smoothly. However, as soon as they entered the door, almost everyone was shocked by what they saw. In the center of the first floor of the pagoda, the clouds of purple clothes and ink hair are dancing and sitting cross-legged. The robe is windless and automatic, and the whole body is emitting a very soft golden light. Yes, Jin Guang. The kind that lingers on the top of the dragon palace. And in her arms, she is looking forward to a golden dragon. Her eyes are round and soft. She wants to hide in the clouds and look at the people in front of her curiously with soft eyes. At this moment, the Dragon King's attention is not on the young dragon. There's no way. Even if it's the guardian god, it's easy to ignore the young posture. The cloud dance with holy light made him feel a little shocked. What kind of woman is she? In fact, at this moment, it's not only the Dragon King who has such questions in his mind, but also the group of elders and soldiers who follow him. A woman, who was able to unify the top of the desert, has now brought their dragon guardian god, the golden dragon. In everyone's heart, a feeling of reverence rose. After this silence lasted for a while, the Dragon King held his sleeve flat in front of his eyes and leaned slightly toward the direction of cloud dance. The 135th Dragon King of the Dragon Clan, with all the people in the Dragon Palace, welcomes the Guardian Dragon. The people behind him also bowed down, welcome the return of the Guardian Dragon. Bruce Lee stares and looks curious, and Yunwu finally comes back. She will play tired nest in her arms of small treasure gently push, said, go, someone kneel down for you, you do not hurry to shout free? Before they came in, the dragon scroll had already given her a message from her mind when the golden light was flashing. That's the identity of little Jinbao. Although I don't understand why I didn't respond to the first encounter with little Jinbao Tornado, now it is really the patron saint of the Dragon Clan. Jinbao seemed to understand and soared into the air. Then they circled around the heads of the people who were crawling on the ground, and finally they bumped back into Yunwu's arms. This little fellow. Cloud danced some helpless slightly frown. Looking at the intimacy between Jinlong and Yunwu, the Dragon King was stunned. After leading the crowd up, the Dragon King pondered and asked, this little golden dragon. It's called Jinbao. Without waiting for the Dragon King to finish, Yunwu interrupted him, and then Lu Mei slightly picked out, however, old Dragon King, I also have a question. I want to ask you first about Jinbao. Let's talk about it later. Jinbao, what a name. The Dragon King looked at Jinbao, who was already on the top of Yunwu's head and was very close to her. He looked puzzled and surprised, but he said, if you have any questions, please let me know. The ancient light is not here. I don't know where the Dragon King thinks it is possible to hide the ancient light. What she said is hiding. It's self-evident. The Dragon King's face changed slightly. After a long time, he sighed, I really know the whereabouts of the ancient light. Cloud Dance's lips kept same, peep out to put on a sneer, where? I knew that the old man had a ghost in his heart, and he had to ask her to come to the site. When the Dragon King heard the words, he was silent for a long time. Finally, he waved away the other members of the Dragon clan. After confirming that there was no outsider, he took off the dragon crown and took a deep look. What you want is in the dragon crown. Cloud Dance looking at dragon crown, Phoenix Mao tiny am I, now why tell me? To tell you the truth, the patron saint of the dragon clan hasn't appeared for thousands of years. It's all because of the girl. For this reason, why not give you the ancient light? In fact, how could ancient light be handed over so easily? It was handed down by the ancestors of the dragon people. However, the guardian dragon of the dragon clan, old Dragon King, I didn't expect you to make such a big circle, and now you are willing to tell the truth. Cloud Dance heart sneer, a pair of beautiful eyes looking at the Dragon King. How could he guess what the old man was thinking? I'm afraid he would say that the light of ancient times was all because of the little treasure in her arms. However, little Jinbao has been sleeping since she lost too much blood last time. Now when she comes to the dragon tribe, she wakes up in the dragon tower. Moreover, she can obviously feel that little Jinbao is very comfortable with the dragon's bad situation. The Dragon King hears the speech, but does not smile the language, that deep certain flashes shrewd. Yunwu didn't go around with him and said, now that the guardian beast of the dragon clan has appeared, can you give me the ancient light? Although Yunwu said it politely, the Dragon King was not allowed to advance or retreat. Well. The Dragon King nodded quickly, took off the crown and handed it to Yunwu. Then, his hands quickly made several yellow fingerprints. The floating crown suddenly lights up, and a bright and dazzling golden light appears in front of people's eyes. The golden light twinkles, the thorny clouds dance, the eyes ache, and the willow eyebrows are tightly wrinkled together. Yunwu endures the dazzling light, and holds the golden light in the palm of her hand with a wave of her hand. Take it. After drinking angrily, the golden light gradually disappeared, and the hand of Cloud Dance turned, and the ancient light had been brought into the space by Cloud Dance. When the light of ancient times came, the stone in Yunwu's heart was finally put down. Grandfather is trapped in the Beast Clan, only by collecting 5 natural elements can he save his family and really destroy the Beast Clan for revenge. Thank you very much. Cloud Dance hands clasping fist. The Dragon King's brow is locked, and the deep Longan looks at Yunwu. It seems that he has something to say to Yunwu. Old Dragon King, if you have something to say, don't falter. Our Cloud Dance is very good. With a smile, the dragon reaches into Yunwu's waist and holds her in his arms. Where is your hand? Cloud Dance clenched his teeth in a low voice and gave Long Qingxia a straight look. The powder fist thumped him heavily on his chest and made him gasp. This man is becoming less and less serious. I'm your man, do it gently, Long Qingxia murmured discontentedly, but he still covered his chest and stepped aside. Dragon King, tell me what you want. Cloud Dance ignores the dragon to pour evil, lift Mao of looking at the Dragon King to ask away. The Dragon King raised his head and gazed with complex eyes from Yunwu's arms. Jinbao, who was playing in the air, had a rare gentle and kind look, just like looking at his own children. Seeing the look of the Dragon King, the cloud dance stood upright. There was a slight arc in the corner of his mouth. The light of ancient times has arrived, but I'm not in a hurry. It depends on what else he wants to play. Yunwoo's figure is slim and well-proportioned, and with an extremely charming and indifferent cheek. Her posture is straight and charming, straight and green silk pours down, and the dragon pours evil saliva. After a long time, the Dragon King reluctantly turned around and pointed to the sky. It's called Jinbao, isn't it? Well. Cloud Dance nods indifferently. Miss Yun, this Jinbao is the guardian beast of our dragon clan that has been waiting for thousands of years. I don't know if it can. Well? Leng Yan frowned slightly. Yunwoo watched the Dragon King waiting for him. The Dragon King took a long breath, and his eyes were slightly praying. The Dragon King was so forced by the cloud dance. It's really but the Dragon King was still cruel and said, Miss Yun, I don't know if I can agree to let little Jinbao stay in the dragon family. When he said this, the Dragon King looked at Yunwoo quietly for fear that she would refuse. Smell speech, a few people's faces on the scene are all slightly a change. Yunwoo just wanted to open his mouth, but Long Qingxie pulled Yunwoo's weak arm, raised the evil spirit in the corner of his mouth, looked at the Dragon King, and said with a smile, Old Dragon King, you used to tease us first, but now you have to take Jinbao away from my daughter-in-law. That's your fault. It's shameless. Red Fire Dragon also gave a sneer. The old Dragon King is his father's self-consciousness, Red Fire Dragon obviously not enough. The old Dragon King's face was flushed by his words. This bastard, but the reason for the dragon's heresy is that the Dragon King can't refute it. Dragon King, I really appreciate that you give me the ancient light, but you tease us first, and I'm afraid it's unreasonable that Jinbao follows me. The beautiful face of Cloud Dancing is getting colder and colder. The Dragon King gives her the light of ancient times. This is a deal. Yunwoo is a person with a clear sense of gratitude and resentment. She hates being teased by others most, even the Dragon King is no exception. Seeing the bleak faces in front of him, the Dragon King frowned and clenched his teeth. Well, only if you can promise Jinbao to stay, I'll take you to my Dragon Kingdom. The secret place of the dragon people? Where is that? Cloud Dance looks around all the people, and Long Qingxie and Meng Bai are also at a loss. Looking at the face of the Dragon King, the secret place of the Dragon Clan should not disappoint her. The secret place of the dragon people? Only the Red Fire Dragon was startled and looked at the Dragon King with incredible eyes. His face was a little self-mocking and said, Well, I'm a member of the dragon family, and I'm also your son, but I've never entered the secret place of the dragon family. It's a great joke. But the Dragon King glanced at him. He was a little depressed when Red Fire Dragon said this. He's his father. He's always tearing down his platform. What's more, even his son can't enter the secret place of the Dragon Clan. Not to mention that he made a scene hundreds of years ago. Red Fire Dragon, what is this dragon's secret place? Cloud Dance looks at Red Fire Dragon. The secret place of the dragon nationality is the treasure of the dragon nationality. It is one of the most important places of the dragon nationality. It contains treasures left by the Dragon Kings and the peak predecessors of the dragon nationality. Red Fire Dragon said, and added, but I have never been. Red Fire Dragon finished, the pair of hide some resentment like straight look at the old Dragon King, which contains a trace of anger and dissatisfaction. Cough. The Dragon King did not dare to face the Red Fire Dragon's eyes. He turned his head and looked at Yunwoo. I promise that as long as Jinbao stays, you can take 3 treasures at will in the dragon's secret place. Of course, only one Cloud Dancer. Seeing the fiery eyes of Meng Bai and others, the Dragon King quickly added. Cut, be careful. The Dragon King is so stingy. Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai, 2 people in the heart is not balanced, whispered a few words. Long Qingxie picked up his eyebrows and raised a radiant at the corner of his mouth, which seemed to be the evil spirit that he despised. The old Dragon King's face flashed red and depressed again. Don't make any noise. Cloud Dance has been silent, looking up. Jinlong's figure is elegant and free, with a look of enjoyment, which is in sharp contrast to the coldness of Cloud Dance. Jin Bao likes the Dragon Pagoda. She can feel it all the time. It's really better here than sleeping in her space. Cloud Dance slightly thought for a while, light nod. I promise you, from now on, we all don't owe who, clear. As soon as the Dragon King's eyebrows were picked, a surprise flashed across his eyes, and then he nodded desperately. The excitement in my heart is obvious. Let's go. Where to? The Dragon King looked blankly at the Cloud dancing back. The figure slightly Emile, Cloud Dance turns round, didn't have good spirit of looked at the Dragon King one-eye, Dragon clandestine. Yes, come with me. The Dragon King followed. Out of the Dragon Tower, the Dragon King did not forget to order his servants to entertain Long Qingxie and others. As a result, Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai despised him again. Is this for fear that they will be shameless? Yunwu follows the Dragon King to the back garden, where cherry blossoms are in full bloom and the lake is clear, but Yunwu is not in the mood to enjoy the scenery. Is this the secret place of the dragon people? Here. Looking at Yunwu's puzzled and indifferent eyes, the Dragon King nodded and motioned to Yunwu not to worry. His hands changed quickly, it seems that he didn't want Cloud Dance to see clearly. Just when Yunwu wants to cast a silent look. Boom! A rockery in front of him suddenly roared and opened to both sides, revealing a fluorescent channel. Yunwu's eyes narrowed slightly. He didn't expect that the secret place of the Dragon clan was hidden in the back garden. The old Dragon King was really cunning. Please, the Dragon King made a please sign. Cloud mouthed slightly yawned, under the leadership of the Dragon King into the underground secret road. The underground secret road is crystal clear, which seems to be carved from a whole piece of fluorspar. The ancient prestige spreads from the deep. Good place. Cloud Dance can't help but have some expectations. It's not difficult to judge the value of the secret place just by the breath full of ancient prestige. Yu Guang finds that the Dragon King seems to be in a bad mood at the moment. He looks sad and leads the way without saying a word. The more you go in, the bigger the space becomes, and finally you come to an open space. On the open space, there are many fluorescent stone pillars. Yunwu found that there was one thing on each fluorescent column. Judging from the breath alone, it was a valuable treasure. Well, no matter what, you can only choose 3. The Dragon King warned that it was not so much a warning as a warning. I don't know if I heard what the Dragon King said. Yunwu nodded his chin intentionally or unintentionally and went forward to select the items. Don't be too lucky, my aunt. Cloud Dance behind the Dragon King drooping face, looking at the back of Cloud Dance silently pray. The old man is quite good. He hides behind himself. Cloud Dance Yu Guang suppress see Dragon King, in the heart not from secretly scold a. I intended to judge the goods by the Dragon King, but the old guy was hiding behind. Yunwu had to choose by luck. Hong Yan's small mouth suddenly slightly hook up, Yunwu came up with a way to lift the slender white arm, and touch it every time. The Dragon King's eyes were beating with Cloud Dance's arm. But no matter how Yunwu touched, the Dragon King's face remained unchanged. He secretly looked back at the Dragon King, which made Yunwu feel a little depressed. The old man's determination is too good, so provocative look is still calm. Cloud Dance just about to take back eyes, suddenly stopped in mid-air, beautiful eyes tightly staring at a ruby bottle not far away. This breath. Yunwu can feel it. Part of the previous prestige comes from the crystal red bottle. With gentle steps, Yunwu can't help walking towards the bottle. Don't go. Don't go, the Dragon King finally couldn't help but prayed with a bitter face. But the fact is often not as people would like. Yunwu raised his arm, carefully picked up the jade bottle. Dragon King, what's in this bottle? Cloud Dance ask you head to ask away. Ha ha. The Dragon King deliberately made his eyes gentle, but he intentionally or unintentionally glanced at the ruby bottle on Yunwu's thin hand, and his wrinkled old face suddenly sweated. The items here are all left over by our ancestors. I don't know what they are for, but it doesn't seem to be of great use. The Dragon King definitely nodded, but his tone was obviously weak. This old Dragon King, still want to play Yin with her, right? Yunwu sneered in his heart, but said in a loud voice, although this bottle is plain, the more common it is, the more precious it is. Don't you think so? Haha, I can't say that. My Huanglongjing. The Dragon King did not finish. Cloud Dance's charming smile turned the hand into the space. It turns out that this bottle is filled with Huanglongjing. I'm sorry, you said it earlier. Yunwu, this Huanglongjing is refined from the essence and blood of our dragon ancestors. It is used to strengthen weapons and make them contain the power of the dragon. It's not good for the practitioners. You'd better take another one. Coincidentally, I happen to have a satisfactory weapon. Dragon King. My aunts and grandmothers, this is the legacy of our ancestors. You'd better take another one. The Dragon King was crying. It seemed that he was about to cry. Glancing at the Dragon King, the Cloud danced coquettishly with an evil smile on his cheek. Sorry, it's called self-accusation, just it. The Dragon King, with his feet moving, Yunwu wanders leisurely, regardless of the cry of the Dragon King. After a while, Yunwu's sight was once again attracted by a fluorescent crystal, and his steps moved towards the crystal unconsciously. Women are born with no resistance to crystal beautiful things. Holding the crystal in the palm of the hand, a warm current instantly flows along the arm to the whole body, making the Cloud dance unspeakable comfortable. This is Yulongjing. Wearing it at any time can not only strengthen the muscles and bones, but also have a certain auxiliary effect on healing. Without waiting for Yunwu to ask, the Dragon King took the initiative to introduce. Yulongjing. It's a bit of a drag, just you. See Cloud dance to silt Dragon Crystal away, Dragon King old cheek show bitter, helpless shake his head. Let's go. Yunwu put away the silting Dragon Crystal and turned to walk out. Ah. That's the choice. I'll give you face with two things. I'll treat my treasure better in the future. Don't treat it badly, and remember the agreement between us. Cloud dance head also don't return, straight outward walk. In fact, she didn't take the third one. She hoped that the Dragon King would know that she was not greedy enough to exchange these for little Jinbao. The Dragon King was overjoyed and promised again and again. Not only to improve food and water for the top of the desert, once the clouds dance, the useful place will help. Out of the dragon's secret place, the sky is dark. Night quietly shrouded the earth. The Dragon King specially held a dinner for Yunwu and others. The dragon hall is resplendent. The Dragon King sits in the chief, flanked by Cloud dance and dragon's evil spirits. This dinner can be described as extremely rich. Mangbai and Red Dragon, regardless of the image, jumped on the big table and gobbled up. Cloud dance looked at the table full of delicacies. Just casually eat a little. Dragon King, I have something to ask. Miss Yun has something to do, but it doesn't hurt to say so. The Dragon King's smiling face may be red after drinking some wine. The Dragon King knows, the heart of the wind. The flower of rattan, the heart of the wind. As soon as the words came out, the Dragon King's face suddenly solidified, and everyone stopped their actions and looked at the Cloud dance. The atmosphere was frightfully quiet for a moment. What? Is it hidden in a forbidden area or pagoda? I don't know. Cloud dance eyebrows a pick, but gradually cold eyes down, staring at the crowd. Miss Yun misunderstood. Seeing this, the Dragon King explained, I don't know about the rattan flower, but I do know the heart of the wind. It's just that the place is not for the dragon people. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It can't be a forbidden area. Don't you treat my Cloud dance as a fool. Long Qingxie put down the tableware in his hand, and the evil spirit's cold smile made the originally cold air a little colder. Cloud Dance tacit understanding with Dragon Qing evil look at each other. Immediately, Signal Dragon King continued to say. I am an ancient race with the Phoenix people, and the Dragon people hold the light of ancient times. The heart of wind is in the Phoenix people, but the Dragon people and the Phoenix people are feuds, so, blinked, the Dragon King did not continue to say. The Phoenix family? Qianqian thin hands play chest green silk, Cloud Dance fell into meditation. What the Dragon King said is true. Both the dragon and the phoenix are ancient races. Water and fire are not compatible. If the heart of wind is really in the phoenix, there will be some trouble. Little thing, do you think this old man will play with us again? But he has played us once. If Long Qingxia approaches Yunwu, sniffs Yunwu's faint fragrance, but is blocked by a chicken leg of Yunwu. Long Qingxia didn't get angry. Instead, he picked up the drumsticks and chewed them slowly. In his mouth, he said, the drumsticks given by his daughter-in-law are fragrant. Cloud Dance helpless eyes white Dragon Qing evil one eye, did not continue to pay attention to. Instead, he discussed with the Dragon King, I have no communication with the Phoenix family. If I go there rashly, it will cause hostility of the Phoenix family. Can I help you? In fact, the little stink is from the Phoenix family, but it's only half-blood. Of course, if we can ask the dragon people to help, the problem will be much easier. I'm sorry, I can't help you this time. The Dragon King apologized and said with a smile. The dragon people have their own ethnic difficulties, and Yunwu doesn't want to make others feel aggrieved. After the dinner, Yunwu returns to his room and sits around with Red Fire Dragon, Meng Bai, Long Qingxia and Shengguan. Cloud Dance, the Phoenix clan is not as polite as the Dragon clan. Are you sure? Learning that Yunwu is going to the territory of the Phoenix nationality, Red Fire Dragon is the first to jump out. Although I've escaped from the Dragon clan for hundreds of years, I've heard a little about the Phoenix clan. The Phoenix clan is arrogant and arrogant. It's not good for you to go there so rashly. The heart of the wind is in the Fenghuang clan. It's inevitable to go to the Fenghuang clan. However, don't worry about it. It's a big deal. I'll kill them and have them barbecued at that time. Long Qingxia poured a cup of tea for Yunwu with an evil cold smile. Barbecue? When did this man talk so crazy? It's a bit of an accident. Cloud Dance can't help glancing at the dragon. The dragon threw a bewitching eye, a look you know. Cloud Dance white eyes, he picked up the cup, gently sipped a small mouth, said, want to open the boundary of 10,000 beasts, the heart of the wind is the potential, big deal to hard, really can't we steal? It's not us, it's you. Pay attention to the words. Hearing this, Meng Bai jumped up and said in a loud voice. Obviously, for him, the last, stealing, was very profound. Meng Bai is right. Dragon Qing Xia suddenly stood up at the moment, his face rarely serious, and said in a deep voice, my heart has been stolen by my little things. It's not hard to steal another wind heart. Say, Dragon Qing evil close to Cloud Dance, do Qi mouth want to do something? Yunwu's face turned red. Pop! Go away. It was a slap in the face to meet the dragon's evil spirit. Of course, she knew it without exertion. Mingming was slapped in the face, but the dragon was intoxicated with evil, and the extremely evil and charming Sa Bao attracted the disdainful eyes of Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai. It's all scattered. A group of big men are around my room. I'm not ashamed. Oh, easy. Xiao Wu, there is still one in it. Cloud Dance leads Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai and throws them out directly. Shengguan and Nangong Yi come out consciously, but Shengguan shouts in a hurry. In the room, the Cloud Dance is charming. Looking back at the dragon, the corners of the mouth are smiling. Dragon Qing evil a sudden appearance, don't you do it, I'll do it myself. A burst of energy fluctuation, Dragon Qing evil figure through the door path straight door fly out. Puff, the night was cool and the breeze was blowing. Yunwoo, who has always been indifferent and coquettish, smiles at the moment and looks at the dragon's evil disappearing in the dark. With a complicated look, she shakes her head and closes the door. The next morning, there was a glimmer of light in the sky. Beside the green bamboo forest, Cloud Dance led the people to say goodbye to the dragon family. Dragon King, Jinbao, please. If I find it wronged here, I can't get around you. Cloud Dance looks at the Dragon King coldly, but it doesn't mean to kill him. Yunwoo gently touches the golden dragon in the palm of his hand and slowly hands it to the Dragon King. Ling Jun's face doesn't fluctuate at all. No one finds it, but there is a trace of tenderness in Ling Yan's eyes. The Dragon King nodded seriously with a firm expression. Don't worry, Jinbao will protect the beast for our dragon family. Even if I lose my life, Jinbao won't be hurt at all. Well, let's go. Free and easy turn around, Cloud Dance signal Meng Bai and Long Qingxie and others to follow. In the end is afraid of the little guy will not give up. Cloud Dance, don't you wait for Red Fire Dragon? Meng Bai asked. No, this is its home. At the beginning, he made a contract with Red Fire Dragon in order to protect the Cloud family. But now the Cloud family has been destroyed by the Beast Gate, and Red Fire Dragon has returned to its own clan. There is no need to force it to follow her and become her contract beast. But... all right. The throat wriggles gently, and Meng Bai swallows what he wants to say. But next second. Hello. Stop for me. The roar of Red Fire Dragon resounds through the bamboo forest. Cloud Dance only feel the light flashed a shadow, back to God, Red Fire Dragon standing in front of the crowd, eyes staring round. Yunwoo, what do you mean, you want to abandon me? Abandon? Is this sentence suitable for this time? Cloud Dance's soul-stirring crescent eyes gaze at the Red Fire Dragon, with a flat tone. This is your home. Now that the problem has been solved, there is no need to fart. I'm not rare. For so many years, I've been used to the vagrant life without home. Don't try to dump me. I'll depend on you. Hum. With a cold hum, the Red Fire Dragon strode straight past Yunwoo. I can't understand the meaning more. Cloud Dance willow eyebrow slightly a pick, indifferent eyes gradually more a layer of hazy. Cloud Dance doesn't know that the Red Fire Dragon can completely break away from itself and enjoy glory and wealth in the Dragon Clan. But now, hello, Red Dragon. What do you want me to do? I'll follow you as soon as I say. Don't try to dump me. The pace is natural and unrestrained. The Red Fire Dragon head also does not return, both hands put behind the head to walk straight. A smile flashed across Cloud Dance's cold face. Red Fire Dragon. Don't make a noise. Uncle Ben said. You've gone backwards. Meng Bai couldn't help but feel his nose in a small voice. Red Fire Dragon. Shit. If I hadn't said that earlier, which side? Pwai, the jade hand covered her mouth and snickered. Yunwoo's bright and clear eyes were more charming like the bright moon, pointing to the side. I want to go to the top of the desert again before I leave. What are you laughing at? Is Uncle Ben funny? You complain. White Cloud Dance one eye, Red Fire Dragon one horse lead to walk in front. Let's go. Cloud Dance has returned to its former cool, and everyone is finally leaving the dragon family. However, Situlan said that he had something to return to mainland China. In the end, this place is not suitable for human beings. As for Nanganji, since he asked for the night to come with him, it was necessary to send her away and meet with Yunwoo on the top of the desert. So, praying for the night, Nanganji, Situlan and the group of people in black left first, and went to the transmission array on the top of the desert to return to the mainland of China. And Cloud Dance and Dragon, Meng Bai, Red Fire Dragon, Shengguan then. Leave the dragon and go to the top of the desert. The continuous sand wall disappeared at the end along the sand dune. Standing under the city wall, the clouds once again felt the majestic magnificence of the sand city. Although the outside of the city wall looks desolate and full of people, only the long yellow sand, the other side of the city wall is really another scene. Come on, let's go into town. Outside Shacheng, yellow sand covered the sky, and several dark shadows loomed through the sandstorm. A fully armed caravan with gauze scarf is walking out of Huangsha. Outside the city gate, the closed stone gate makes a heavy noise, and slowly opens to welcome the caravan. A few people in the back, please come in quickly, the sandstorm is coming. After the caravan entered the city, the soldiers guarding the city yelled at the cloud. The wind and sand whistling outside the city is getting louder and louder, just like the thunder and gasp of a giant beast. Yunwu immediately waved to the crowd and ran into the gate quickly. Miss Yun. A guard in the city pointed to the cloud and exclaimed. Then all the guards gathered. In an instant, nearly 100 bodyguards gathered at the gate of the city, which could only hold dozens of people. Do you know me? Of course, I do. Now on the top of the desert, who doesn't know you? Moreover, thanks to you, our people on the top of the desert have a good life. The bodyguard was very excited, and his eyes were moist. This can Cloud dance around dizzy, what is because she just had a good life? You don't know. A few days ago, the arrogant dragon people took the initiative to deliver food and water to Shacheng. According to the dragon people, they were ordered by Miss Yun. Yes, and other cities on the top of the desert also get food and water, thanks to Miss Yunwu. The bodyguard around explained. Yunwu understood that the efficiency of the dragon people is very high. I finally got into the city. Little thing, you are very welcome here. Longqing Evil Sour Road. In fact, he knew that this woman, no matter what aspect, is becoming more and more outstanding, but they are all very attractive. Are you jealous? Cloud dance rare charming white one eye, the corner of the mouth outlines, smile not smile way. I like your icy temperament. Dragon Qing evil spirit a hook lips, shameless thumbs up. Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai were speechless, and Shengguan's eyes were cold. Shameless, really shameless, show love also did not see so shameless. I look disgusted. Let's go quickly to avoid being disgusted. Meng Baila takes the Red Fire Dragon to escape from the land of right and wrong behind him. It's more and more disgusting for the dragon to pour out evil. The clouds danced in silence. But when he saw an innocent dragon, Yunwu couldn't help but want to make a fist and wave a fist at his handsome face. How can she not understand this man's mind? Recently, he is more and more careful. It seems that I'm afraid other men don't know. Every time, I'm especially tired and crooked in front of others. Sometimes, for this man's careful eye, Yunwu really doesn't know whether to cry or laugh. You play as you like. Yunwu glanced at him and followed him. Little things, wait for my husband. What's the fun of being alone? Why don't you accompany me? If you dare to say something indecent, I'll break your teeth. Yunwu's face was red, and his powder fist hit the left face of Longqingxi heavily. This man is more and more I'm sick. It doesn't hurt at all. Do you feel sorry for your husband? When you are angry, you like the way you are angry. Longqingxia's eyes narrowed and stared at Yunwu for a while. Regardless of Yunwu's body shaking violently in anger, he reached out to hook Yunwu's chin. Dragon. Believe it or not, I've ruined you. Cloud dance a burst of anger, clap open Dragon Qing evil provocative fingers. Letter, but I still like it. The dragon tilts evil spirit to smile, frivolous finger has already crossed Cloud dance that crimson small face. It seems that I like to see her angry and embarrassed. I feel very comfortable and happy. The cloud dances, the eye ground sinks, but the corner of the mouth lifts up a touch of radiant, is that right? Then I'll see how much you like. With a turn of the hand, the murderous spirit rushes to summon the great sword of ancient martial arts. The huge on of the sword sweeps across the dragon mercilessly. Bang, bang, the dust is all over the sky and the knife is everywhere. In front of the Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai shoulder to shoulder walking, back to the hair, now Cloud dance and Dragon evil fight, two people are looking at each other. Shangguan glanced at him, but he also gave him a gloomy and speechless white look. They are really energetic. The happy couple. Red Fire Dragon helplessly shakes his head. It's better for me to be free. We'd better go, the province will be affected. No, I haven't seen enough of it yet. Meng Bai, an excited spirit, pulls the Red Fire Dragon forward quickly. I don't know how long it took. The hot sun is fading away, and the dusk is quietly enveloping the whole evil city. Hoo. A burst of breath, Cloud Dance kneeling on the ground, chest ups and downs, an afternoon of fighting early to let Cloud Dance sweat. Next time you're so frivolous, you'll feel better. The black-green silk is soft, and Yunwu watches the dragon's every move through her hair. Compared with the Cloud Dance, the dragon looks much better, sitting on a big rock panting. During this period, Cloud Dance has been taking the initiative to attack, and Long Qingxie has spent an afternoon relying on his elegant body method, which also makes Long Qingxie have physical strength and more unrestrained words. Don't stop, go on, let me love you when you have no strength. You, looking at the dragon with evil spirits laughing, the Cloud dances around the corner of his mouth. This dead man, no strength. Seeing that Yunwu didn't move at all, Long Qingxie stood up slowly, with a mysterious and evil smile on his face, and walked towards Yunwu step by step. No strength, just right, love you for my husband. No one found it, not far away from a stone roof. Through the pale moonlight, you can see a black figure, like a javelin straight, but the whole body reveals a lazy atmosphere, which is very illusory, despises the face, and is very mysterious under the desolate moonlight. Long Qingxie, do you really think I dare not kill you? In front of Li's forehead, Yunwu stands up slowly, holding the ancient martial arts sword. Her gorgeous eyes are burning with anger, looking at the slowly coming dragon Qingxie. Today, the dead man took the wrong medicine. With a sly smile, Long Qingxie put down his momentum and gently pinched Yunwu's smooth cheek. You little thing, it's really wrong. If you really want to kill me, why do you know that I was forced to marry and risked my life to save me? The eyes are opposite. Long Qingxie is very close. Yunwu can even feel the strange smell of Long Qingxie. Pa, no serious. Cloud dance a clap to open his that do mouth gather to come over of lip, depressed of glanced at him. After touching a fragrant sweat on his forehead, Yunwu Ihui put away the ancient sword and turned around to leave. Where are you going? Go. The night at the top of the desert is very dangerous. I don't allow you to run around. It hurts me. Dragon Qing Evil Long Foot a span, instantly pulled the arm of Cloud Dance. Cloud Dance but at the foot of a move, elegant a turn away from the hand of Dragon Qing Evil, beautiful eyes slightly squint, smile at Dragon Qing Evil. You haven't been right all day. If you want to take the opportunity to vent your jealousy, believe it or not, I'll throw you into the vinegar jar. You little thing, it's no fun to break it. Long Qingxie shrugs. Do you think it's fun if I play with you? Cloud Dance said, hand a turn, just put away of the ancient martial arts big knife suddenly again vacate. However, this time, the breath of Cloud Dance was obviously a little cold. How can Long Qingxie not understand that if he continues to make trouble without reason, he will probably annoy this little woman? In the distance, the figure on the stone house suddenly shakes, and his hands around his chest are also put down. The lazy breath is replaced by dignification, and his eyes are firmly fixed on the ancient sword in Yunwu's hand. This knife is interesting. Shadow deep sneer a few, hands around the chest, once again restored the lazy breath. Well, I'm wrong. I'm not kidding you. Long Qingxie raised his hand with a helpless look that he knew he was wrong. Once the hand is turned over, Yunwu takes back the ancient sword. However, the next moment, her gorgeous cheek slightly changed, a cold murderous gas from the eyes scattered. Like a sharp knife, pointing directly at the shadow of the moon not far away. Enough of that. Green silk is windless and automatic, and clouds dance. A dignified look appears on her beautiful face, and her momentum slowly rises. It's time to show up after being furtive for so long. Dragon Ching evil mouth a hook, along with the Cloud Dance's eyes to see, secret smile way, in this peep down, can want to pay the price of bleeding. Listen to that tone, as if they had already found someone. In the dark, the figure put down his hands and raised his mouth slightly. It was found that there was no need to continue to hide. A dark shadow flashed. In the twinkling of an eye, a black-robed man stands in front of Yunwu and Long Qingxi. His breath is not clear, but they have a common feature: evil. "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so careless that I disturb you. I'm really sorry." With that, she clasped her hands and bowed slightly. "Who are you? Why are you spying on us?" Cloud Dance doesn't want to joke. Beautiful eyes closely watch every move of Shadow. Dark Shadow laughs a few times. He can't feel it. The momentum of Cloud Dance and Dragon's evil is rising, and the Dragon's evil is directly showing its murderous spirit. "Yunwu, how long have you not seen me? Have you forgotten me?" said the Shadow, slowly taking off his black cloak. Smell speech, Cloud Dance and Dragon Poor Evil all is a facial expression tiny heavy, eyes can't help but gather on black robe face. Under the black robe, an extremely handsome face, with a faint woman-like smile and mysterious eyes, is a beautiful man. It's just that the mysterious smell of him is uncomfortable. "It's you." Cloud Dance surprised eyebrow tiny pick. Standing upright in a black robe, the evil breath of knowing Dragon Qingxie diffused in an instant. The man in front of him was not the leader of the 10 cities on the top of the desert. It's just, why do I feel so different when I see him today? However, Cloud Dance still faded its momentum and intention of killing, and slightly raised her lips with a polite smile. "Cloud Dance, who is he?" Long Qingxie frowned tightly, and his fierce eyes swept over the man, which made his momentum and killing intention more fierce. "He is the leader of 10 cities on the top of the desert. As for his name, I don't know very well." Speaking of this man, she really didn't know much about him, especially today's breath was obviously different from that before. "It's the owner of the top of the desert. It looks like it's not bad. Why didn't I see you when I returned to the top of the desert?" Long Qingxie said with a smile, his hands behind him, and his expression could not see any difference. However, Yunwu was obviously jealous. "White Dragon Poor Evil One Eye." Cloud Dance eyes turned to the man, smile, "Thank you for your help before, don't know what your name is?" Cloud Dance clear bright beautiful eye sunlight of looking at this man in front of. He has helped many times, but he appears again at this time. It seems that it is not so simple to think about it. The mysterious man blinked, looked up at the knight, and then said, "Haha, you call me knight for the time being." "Knight?" Cloud Dance embroiders eyebrow to pout, this calls a name. Is that the answer? It is obvious that the man in front of him intentionally conceals his name, or his life experience, which makes Yunwu feel that the man in front of him is more mysterious. "Knight? Why don't you call a dog?" Long Qingxie's face was always wearing a smile of evil spirit, looking straight at the knight. "Haha, this brother is so humorous. Don't be so close. I warn you that if you plot against my women, I will make you regret it." Unexpectedly, Long Qingxie warned a man so directly for the first time. "Haha, brother, may I have your name, please?" Even if the dragon's evil killing intention is boiling and tit for tat, the knight is still that handsome smile, and there is no emotion fluctuation in the tone. "What's the matter with you today?" Cloud Dance tiny cu eyebrow looking at dragon to Poor Evil, low voice of inquired a. "Today's dragon is very unusual." Long Qingxie shrugs slightly, and the evil smile at the corner of his mouth is even. Have a new love, forget the old love." Long Qingxie conceals the undercurrent under his eyes and turns his head to ignore it. Cloud Dance couldn't help wringing her brows. What's going on? It seems that your friend is very hostile to me." Cloud Dance raises eyes, originally want to open mouth. "What hostility can I have to you? It's just that I don't like you." "Oh. Why?" What do you say? Dragon Qing Xia suddenly pulled strangely at the corner of his mouth, and there was something in the deep of his golden eyes. Knight Yang mouthed a smile. You don't worry, gentlemen don't take people's favor. That's the best. I don't know. Now can I know your name? Long Qing Xia. Long Qing Xia, a good name. You don't have to be a good seller. If you sneak in so late, you'd better tell me what you want. Long Qingxia glanced at him lazily. The knight thin-lipped frets and pauses again, gazing at the back of the dragon, smiling, not talking. Cloud Dance listened to their conversation. The bottom of my heart can't help a doubt. What's going on? How do they feel about their conversation? It seems that they have known each other in the morning, and they still know each other very well. But it's not like I really know you. The cloud danced in amazement. Suddenly there was a breeze, straight green silk flying around. Yunwu looks back at the back of the dragon. The breeze is mixed with a weak but fierce momentum. It's obvious that he doesn't want to be aware of it. In the middle of the sound, Yunwu's mouth is slightly curved. Ignore the dark waves. Miss Cloud Dance, the night is coming and the stars are all over the sky. I don't know if I would like to enjoy the night together. Night looked up at the night sky, coquettish smile, quietly waiting for the reply of Cloud Dance. Enjoy the moon. Enjoying the moon on the top of this desert? Cloud Dance in the heart laughs, afraid not so simple, she poor want to see what purpose he has. Well, I'd like to see what the moon looks like on the top of the desert. Cloud Dance blinked the beautiful eyes of the soul, but couldn't smile. It's really beautiful. Yunwu girl is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. Night suddenly shallow smile. If it's someone else, Cloud Dance will scoff. However, there is no attachment in the words of this night. It feels as if it is completely sincere from the heart. For a moment, it makes people feel that they don't know how to answer. Finally, Yunwu just nodded slightly in response. Brother Long, would you like to join us? Night suddenly, toward Long Qing evil to see one eye, light smile mouth asks away. According to the past, how can Long Qingxia allow Yunwu to be alone with other people's men? But Dragon Qing Xia glanced at that night, and there was something strange in his golden eyes. Me? I'm sorry. I'm not interested in the moon, little thing, I'll come back as soon as I enjoy it for a month. Otherwise, I'll go and bring you back myself. The last sentence, I don't know whether he said it to Yunwu or that night. As soon as the voice fell, Yunwu felt a wave of energy. The dragon's evil figure had turned into a streamer and disappeared in the night. Night, that handsome face, has been maintaining a smile, very gentle but also very secretive. Then, he made a gesture to Yunwu and said with a smile, Yunwu girl, please follow me. It's really strange, looking at the back of Long Qingxia, Yunwu could not help whispering a few words, but soon recovered. Cloud Dance follows behind the night, but in my heart I think all kinds of things. This man named Night must be unusual. Since she got along with him many times, she didn't feel the slightest energy fluctuation on him. Moreover, even Dragon's evil has become so strange. Who is this man? Don't mind. I don't have any malice. I just feel that Yunwu girl is extraordinary and gorgeous. I can't help but want to make friends with her. If you have any offense, please forgive me. The knight slows down and walks with Cloud Dance side by side. Yes. That night, young master is really straightforward, but to tell you the truth, so far I know nothing about you. Yunwu girl stirred up the dragon clan a few days ago. I admire her very much. Night Yang mouth smile, but did not answer the question of Cloud Dance. Cloud Dance see this night intentionally hide, also no longer ask, estimate to ask again also can't ask what. Quietly take gentle steps, no longer speak. Under the night, the top of the desert is like a creeping beast, dotted with starlight, only the desolate moonlight adds a trace of paleness. Yunwu followed the night to the gate of the city. At this time, the gate of the evil city was already closed, and 2 city guards stood guard at the head of the city. You brought me here. The willow leaf eyebrow of Cloud Dance slightly pouts up, the heart of vigilance subconsciously sits in the brain. This is the gate. Is it taking her out of the city? Yunwoo girl, don't worry. Follow me. Night is still smiling in response to the way, steady pace, without the slightest pause meaning. Although the top of the desert is desolate and desolate, few people know that the top of the desert at night is the most beautiful moment. Is it? Cloud Dance eyes deep cold flash and pass, but the corner of the mouth is light smile way, in this case, then I will accompany Night Child to walk. Suddenly, in front of a scene, but let Cloud Dance mouth corner a sip, I ground flash a touch of undercurrent. Under the guidance of Night, Yunwoo passes through the 2 bodyguards, but the bodyguard doesn't move, just like there is no one in front of him. This person is very strong. There was a flash of shock in Yunwoo's heart. The strength of the 2 city guards is not low, and a pair of tiger eyes open round sharp, unexpectedly also did not notice the slightest difference. Outside the city, whistling the top of the desert under the night sky is very quiet and terrifying. There are no insects or birds here, but only the whistling sound of wind and sand. Do you often come out at night alone? Cloud Dance turns head to ask away. Once in a while, it's boring in the city. Every day is the same life. I'm tired of it. Are you not afraid of desert animals? Although you are the leader of 10 cities, desert beasts are all in groups. It is said that there are also some advanced and difficult desert beasts to deal with. In fact, with his strange strength, it's estimated that he doesn't pay attention to the desert beast. Desert beast? It's just a bunch of bugs. On the handsome face of the night, she suddenly disdained to smile. Bug? It's really a crazy word. However, I do not know why, from this Night mouth, Cloud Dance always feel a little strange. Night did not continue to say, turn to look at the side of the cloud. Miss Cloud Dance, are you satisfied with my answer? I'm laughing. Cloud Dance said so, but did not hide the expression, showing a cold smile. Just now, Yunwoo just wanted to explore and open up the topic. This Night's answer is really unique. Come, I often drink from the top of the desert. Night said, I do not know where he took out 2 bags of wine. Each bag is only the size of a palm, and the mouth of the pot is a circle of exquisite wood blocks, which are sealed. Yunwoo can still smell the faint fragrance. Wine. The smell is fragrant, rich and mellow. Cloud Dance mouth slightly hook, stretch out white tender palm, impolitely took the wine bag. Pull out the cork to drink a small mouthful, willow eyebrow slightly a pick. The wine is strong in the mouth, gradually turns into sweet wine, flows into the abdomen along the throat, turns into warm current, and makes the Cloud Dance refreshing for a while. Good wine. After drinking the wine, the Cloud Dancing vermilion appears more ruddy, especially in the moonlight. This wine is made from the magic crystal of desert beast plus the essence of magic grass, combined with other precious substances. He took a look at the Cloud Dancing beside him and took a big mouthful of wine in the night. On the top of the desert, you are the second person to drink this wine. Me? Cloud Dance eyebrows pick. I thought to myself that this wine is not only mellow, but also has a strong effect on the meridians and bones. It seems that the people who can refine this wine must not be idle people. Who on earth is he? Cloud Dance can't help leaning slightly over his head, gazing at the man around him, suddenly a little curious about his origin. I know you've always been wary of me. You're curious about me, aren't you? The night suddenly turns its head to meet the sight of Yunwoo. Cloud Dance aleng, but the corner of the mouth pull, also don't avoid mouth. Yes, who are you? I don't know who I am, Sean. Or evil. Night bitter smile, looked up and poured a mouthful of liquor. The latter. Yunwoo took a sip. Oh. Why are you so sure? Cloud Dance obviously felt the figure of the knight slightly pause, the corner of the mouth radiant deepened a few minutes, but there was no smile at the bottom of the eye. At this time, Yunwu turned slightly, opposite to the four eyes of Night. People with a good heart have a clear conscience and don't need to hide. Only those with a bad heart who are afraid of being seen through need to put on disguise. Haha, the Knight suddenly laughs, the kind of open-minded laughter. Then, he suddenly stepped forward, leaving a face of startled Cloud Dance. What are you laughing at? Cloud Dance chased up, just about to question clearly. The Knight suddenly grabs Yunwu's slender arm. Cloud Dance's eyebrow instantly a wrinkly, almost subconsciously very repulsive, in addition to Dragon Qing evil outside the man touch himself. With a flick of his hand, he waved away the Knight's hand, and his momentum rose sharply. Don't move your feet. Shoo! The Knight suddenly stops abruptly, makes a quiet gesture, raises the ear to listen to what. Cloud Dance's mouth sun cold light flashed, also found that there seems to be something wrong, the action in the hand also followed a pause. Rustling on the top of the silent and terrible desert, there are faint sounds behind the sand dunes around, but they are especially loud in this dead and quiet sand dune. It's like the sound of sand blowing. But the hidden breath in the air can be as soon as Cloud Dance's eyes were cold, he almost subconsciously turned his hand, and the ancient martial arts sword appeared out of thin air in his hand. But that night, the corner of mouth actually suddenly slightly raises. Who? It's a desert beast. The standing of Yunwu station, the long hair of Yunwu floating in the breeze, but the frightening ancient sword in her hand made her look like a female murderer. It's the aroma of wine that attracts them. Desert animals have a very sensitive sense of smell. This wine is made from the magic crystal of desert animals. The special smell naturally emitted by human body will make desert animals more crazy. Then you let me drink. Looking at the Knight as if nothing had happened, the bottom of Yunwu's heart flashed a touch of possibility. Suddenly, he was so angry that he accidentally caught his way. Cloud Dance's sharp eyes let Night aleng. The woman's eyes, it's really elusive. It's less the clear vitality of ordinary women, and more a chaotic world full of vicissitudes. The radiance of Night mouth is fleeting, which is more and more interesting. Let's just say, what's the purpose? The Knight clearly perceives the strong cold behind the clouds, and gradually, the cold turns into murderous. Fool, you are our benefactor on the top of the desert. What purpose can I have? Don't worry. I didn't set you up. It's just that you are greedy. Knight is still that handsome smile, very seriously said. Cloud Dance's eyes are colder, and his anger is fiercer. He's really eloquent. However, Cloud Dance cannot refute, for this man, she is really too low vigilance. Don't be angry. I really have no purpose. If Yunwu girl feels angry, she can relax her muscles and bones. Knight smile, pointing to the distance. Cloud Dance brow tiny wrinkly, follow what he points to at ease to see. In the distance, dense small black spots appeared on the sand dunes, and they rushed forward with great momentum. Is this where you're going? The voice of Cloud Dance is very cold. Don't be angry. I'll drink it, too. Cloud Dance. If I can go back alive tonight, I will not give up. Haha, I'm going to give you a big gift tomorrow. I'll come to the door to apologize myself. Yes, Huang said with a smile, as if the dark desert beast had nothing to do with him. Rustling roaring. The original weak sound gradually deafening, and there are countless desert animals in all directions. Here we are. The Knight sinks a voice way, the imposing manner is fierce, one sweep before of lazy. Roar. Roar, roar, damn it. Today is not the 15th day. Why so many? At least there are tens of thousands of desert animals. Yunwu's forehead is slightly sweating, and his eyes scan around quickly. All he sees are desert animals. The movement is no better than that of the scene surrounded by animal tide in Shacheng. In the past, she was able to use the thunder of natural phenomena to help her fight, but now looking at the pair of scarlet eyes gathered around, the cloud dance felt a little bad. What kind of tricks are you playing in this, Knight? Don't worry, it's just to loosen your muscles and bones. It will make you go back safely. Knight suddenly turned his head and said with a mysterious smile. Cloud dance eyebrow I see you, for this man, up to now she also can't guess, he tonight of purpose exactly of what. Thank you for your kind words. Yunwoo looks back, and her pretty face flashes with a strong murderous air. She doesn't want to pay more attention to the Knight. Yunwoo's hand holding Guwu de Geo tightens again. Ouch! The cloud dances coldly, with a fierce eyebrow. Yu Guang finds a dark shadow leaping from the sky, stirring up energy in his body, and smashing it down with a big knife. Boom! The desert beast in mid-air was struck by the shining black-on big knife, and burst into a pool of flesh and blood. In the process, Yunwoo's eyes did not change at all. This move, let that Knight corner of the mouth smile deepen some, looking at the cloud dance in the eyes flashed a touch of undercurrent. It seems that this beautiful woman has a new definition. Damn it. Yunwoo felt a little bad and stepped back. A desert beast died in Yunwoo's hand, and the strong smell of blood rushed into Yunwoo's nose. The smell of blood also completely angered the desert beasts surrounding them, and they slowly approached. Ouch! Ouch! Two desert beasts suddenly jumped into the air, opened their tusks and big mouths, and roared fiercely at the clouds. To die. Phew! With a flash of black light, the desert beast in mid-air suddenly stops, and then falls to the foot of Cloud Dance. Cold Mao glanced at an eye, calmly will splash on the arm blood wipe clean. Be careful. The Knight reminds away. Nearly 10 desert beasts came one after another. Don't just say it, help. Cloud Dance gently somersault in the air to avoid the attack of a flash of cold light and claws. As soon as its toes hit the ground, 2 desert beasts came from left to right. Bang, bang click and rub the cloud danced, and its legs crossed a perfect arc in the air. There was a sound of broken bones. The 2 desert beasts flew out and fell in front of other desert beasts. They vomited blood, whined and twitched for several times, but there was no movement. Listen to the sound of bone fragmentation, Knight brow a pick. This woman's fighting power is really amazing. Are you really going to watch the play? Throw away the blood left on the blade of ancient martial arts, and step on the corpse of desert beast. He turned his head and glanced at the Knight coldly. At this time of Cloud Dance posture, there is a kind of arrogant, fearless. Don't be careless, it's just a tentative attack in front of them, and then. Ouch! In the middle of the Knight talk, you can see something from the corner of your eyes, and your eyes suddenly sink. Be careful. Outside, dozens of desert beasts leaped into the sky, waving cold light claws and attacking the clouds from different directions. The Cloud Dance, which has been keeping a high vigilance, hears the cry of the Knight and gives a cold glance, which makes the astonishing chill appear madly. Boom! Green silk swung back, and the graceful figure of Cloud Dancing crossed an arc in the air. The surrounding air seemed to be frozen by the chill, and a huge black flame was cut out of the air by the ancient martial arts sword. Everywhere they went, the air was exploding, and dozens of desert beasts were drowned in black flames and turned into ashes. Roar! Although Yunwoo wiped out most of the desert beasts, there were still several desert beasts rushing to Yunwoo with the attack of black flame. Yunwoo's face was startled, and he tried his best to block the ancient Wu sword in front of him. Ding! Ding! The slender arms tremble, the ancient sword chants gently, and the clouds dance, only to feel the powerful waves sweeping by. A trail had already been drawn out of the sand under his feet. Ow! The last largest desert beast jumped up at the opportunity, infused his right claw with all his strength, and attacked the clouds fiercely. Level 9 Warcraft. Feeling that strong breath, Yunwoo was a little frightened for the first time. For such a long time, in addition to the dragon, she was the first time to meet the level 9 Warcraft. Chang dash, the ancient sword in his hand was suddenly hit and knocked down. And the desert beast didn't mean to retreat at all. After knocking down Gu Wu's sword in Yunwu's hand, he shouts fiercely, and then attacks Yunwu's body again. Cloud Dance's eyes flashed cold light. This is to kill her. In fact, Cloud Dance can summon her contract beast early, so she will not be so embarrassed. However, she was waiting to see what the purpose of this man was. But now Yunwu had to work hard to avoid the attack, and the desert beast was already high level. A continuous attack made Yunwu unprepared. In addition to the continuous attack, Guwu Dageo was knocked down. Yunwu, who lost the initiative, had to turn attack into defense. In mid-air, a wisp of green silk was slipped by the sharp claws and floated down. All of a sudden, a few desert beasts hibernate and attack. Yunwu is unprepared, and his left shoulder is broken by the claws. Severe pain let Cloud Dance can't help but dull hum. Kiki after falling on the sand and rolling several times, Yunwu drew 3 bloodstains on his left shoulder, and his clothes were soaked with red blood. Struggling to stand up, the desert beast's attack is not only skin trauma, but also the huge impact nearly cracked Yunwu's left shoulder blade. What a powerful force! Cloud Dance wiped a trace of blood from the corner of his mouth and picked up the ancient sword on the ground again. Hello, are you a man? Yu Guang catches a glimpse of the man, holding up the wine bag and drinking wine leisurely. The cloud dances and suddenly the fire cap is 3 zhang. Don't worry, I said you can't die. Knight just like a smile, continue to leisurely drink wine. Cloud Dance coldly glanced one eye, the eye ground flashed a glimmer of chill. It seems that tonight's battle still depends on oneself. But tonight, these desert beasts are all high level. What's more, it's more troublesome because of the large number and the cooperation between them. It seems that I really can't be brave. Cloud Dance cold as a circle, the corner of the mouth suddenly raised a cold radiant. Since you like to play the Sea of People tactics, then I will accompany you to play. At the end of the speech, several lights flashed out in the night. In the twinkling of an eye, small stinky blue yu and other contract animals have appeared in front of Cloud Dance. Master! Ma. I can have another full meal tonight, Gaga. Well? Night brows suddenly a wrinkle, lift wine bag also done in mid-air, looking at that breath completely changed Cloud Dance. I almost forgot that she is a multi-department summoner. But then it's more and more interesting. With a faint smile, the knight regained its beautiful smile and drank wine leisurely. Hung Ling, Xiao Smelly, how about a barbecue dinner tonight? Cloud Dance suddenly hook lip way. The ferocious Hung Ling and Xiao Chou couldn't bear it for a long time. Although I like raw food, I dare to provoke my master and roast them. Yes, to barbecue. The 2 little guys said, and the hot smell suddenly started. The blazing atmosphere became more and more intense, and the surrounding desert animals could not bear the blazing heat and wanted to retreat. Yunwu's body hovers in the air and looks coldly at the desert animals around. Lan Yu and Bai Shuer Shideng, the 3 elder guys, have already separated from each other in 3 directions after they come out of the contract ring, and start their respective attacks. Boom! Roar! The whole night sky is not very calm. On the other side of the Cloud Dance, it was getting hotter and hotter, and the desert beasts didn't dare to get close for a moment. Until, Small Stink can't help but spread wings, flying in the air. Poof! Phoenix. A mouthful of liquor spurted out, Night eyes slightly strange stare big, incredible looking at the Small Stink flying up. When did the Phoenix family have such strange blood? When you see the appearance of the little Stink clearly, the Knight can't help murmuring in surprise, but there is something strange in the bottom of your eyes. Obviously, I didn't find that Xiao Chou was the identity of the Phoenix family at first. Ouch! Little Stink looked up and roared, the hot waves rolled up a gust of wind, and the desert animals retreated one after another. Little Stink, barbecue me. Yunwu's face was cold and emotionless. He gave an order. Mama, wait for the meat. Small Stink a spirit, violently burst out a big red fire into dozens of flames, toward the desert beast swept away. Ouch! Wherever the fire goes, all desert animals infected with the fire twist their bodies in pain and fall on the ground, convulsing and wailing violently. After a while, there was a faint smell of barbecue in the air. Seeing that Xiao Smelly had already made a move, Hong Ling was not willing to fall behind. In a moment, the huge and ferocious original shape released, opened the big mouth of the Fang's blood basin, and suddenly attacked the surrounding desert animals. Ouch! Ouch! A moment later, the space was covered by a thick cloud of smoke. The ground was covered with charred black bodies. Other desert animals looked up and screamed. They fell down on the charred bodies and bit them. Damn, you filthy low-level sandworms, you can eat your own kind. That's my uncle's ration. I dare to eat it in my mouth. I want to die. Hong Ling, that arrogant voice, roaring, spread all over the night sky. Poof dash, just filled with wine, it gushes out again, and the aroma of the wine overflows. Night touched the mouth of the wine. Zay, pick eyebrow whisperer, really have what kind of master have what kind of contract beast, only, this plant can also be contract. But it's really interesting. The cloud danced and glanced at the night coldly. All of a sudden, the air of wine dispersed, and the desert animals around seemed to be stimulated, and they all looked up and smelled something in the air. Then, the fierce light was shining, staring at the clouds and the night. If you want to drink, don't go away. Do you mean it? He himself said that it was his wine that attracted this group of animals. Even if he didn't help, he would still spray wine from time to time to stimulate them. Cloud Dance said, not angry, it is absolutely false. The night blinked and laughed apologetically, go away without help. This time, Yingwu really didn't have much mood to talk to him. Maybe she shouldn't come out with him tonight, no matter what his destination is. Anyway, she has got what she wants and is leaving the top of the desert, isn't she? Looking at the approaching desert beast, the clouds are dancing and the eyes are full of vigilance. Come on. With a flash of black flame, Yingwu takes the initiative to attack, and lightly jumps on Zaya Stinky's back. Small Stink extremely cooperate, red fire condenses again, and the black flame of cloud dance up and down, sweeping away with momentum. Boom! Hundreds of desert beasts turned into fireballs in the air and scattered ashes. However, one wave of desert beasts was destroyed, and another wave of desert beasts rushed up. Hundreds of ferocious desert beasts came running with their limbs and muscles agitated. The cloud wields the ancient martial arts big knife, cuts open the belly of a desert beast, the blood scatters on the ground. The wind and sand blowing, disgusting blood crazy stimulate the brain, smoke the clouds, frown. Roar. Yu Guang suddenly catches a glimpse of a dark shadow. The speed is so fast that Yunwu has just come to his eyes. It's a green and red-eyed desert animal. It's big. It's the king of beasts. The giant claw is raised, which is several times bigger than the ordinary desert beast, and its strength is also several times stronger. It's too late for Yunwu to fight against the big knife. Yunwu tried his best to measure his body and avoid the most lethal claw. Bang dash, cloud dance. Night shock, palm of a wave of energy. However, in the next second. Night but suddenly eyebrows slightly pick, handsome face showed a smile, the action in the hand also stopped. Cloud Dance glanced at that night, the cold light at the bottom of the eye flashed. Damn, I don't want to help at this time. At this moment, Yunwu even felt the breath of death in the air and was preparing to fight hard. Well? Cloud Dance suddenly turned his head and looked to the distance, a sharp breath from the distance quickly close. This breath is, a flash of dark shadow, a handsome and coquettish face suddenly appeared in front of Yunwu, and Yunwu was stunned. Little thing, here comes my husband. Feeling the warm air blowing through his face, Yunwu smiles. This guy, the handsome face of Long Qingxia, evokes a mysterious arc, and his hands tightly embrace the little woman in his arms. Under the night sky, two figures cling together, the picture is beautiful. Only that unstoppable, hit a huge claw flashing cold light. Bang dash, Long Qingxie only felt a burst of tearing pain in his back, and the powerful force immediately beat them out. Feel the shoulder a heat flow, mixed with a faint smell of blood. Poof dash, in the night sky, they hugged each other tightly and crossed a beautiful arc in the blood fog under the moonlight. But at that moment, a strange dark force suddenly burst out from the dragon's evil body, and the desert beasts around seemed to be swallowed by the dark force. Roar! Bang bang! The bloody sound of explosion, in the dark, it seems so clear. This not only let still attack small stink a burst of surprise, even one side of the night, also flashed a touch of consternation. It seems that I was surprised by the evil hand of the dragon. The smell of blood filled the night sky. Two figures in mid-air, also with the landing. Cough, Long Qingxie coughed blood foam, but he held Cloud Dance tightly in his arms and rolled several times on the ground. Are you all right? Cloud Dance quickly picked up the dragon to pour evil. Originally cold yen indifferent eyes dyed a trace of panic, eyes deep emerge a layer of hazy. Don't worry. I'm fine. You forget that it's your skill to be a husband. The corner of the dragon's mouth was slightly hooked up. But his arm went to the willow waist like a cloud-dancing water snake. During that time, he took the opportunity to eat some tofu. But how can Yunwu not know that he did it on purpose, in order to let her rest assured? It's okay. Cloud Dance said, quickly helped him up. But the night came over at this time. Are you okay? Brother Long, I'm glad you came in time tonight. I don't know why, for this sentence of night, Yunwu couldn't help feeling angry. Almost can't help the impulse to sniff. This time I have this kind of experience, thanks to Yi Gongzi. Cloud Dance sneered. However, without waiting for the night to open his mouth, Long Qingxie hugged the clouds and stood up from the ground. This time, the dragon tilts evil to lift eyes, the golden pupil is not twinkling to that night, wiped out the blood zay of the corner of the mouth, smile not smile of the mouth to say a sentence. His nature is like this. It's probably just curiosity to do so, isn't it, Yi Gongzi? Is that the nature? What do you mean? Night, haha. It's worthy of being the young master of the evil family. Does he know the identity of Long Qingxie? The cloud dances to smell speech, can't help but tiny squint an eye to see that night. The night is still that handsome and kind smile, patted the shoulder of Dragon Qingxie gently and said in a soft voice, Brother Long, don't worry, girl Yunwu, isn't it okay? If she has something to do, can you still stand here and talk to me? This sentence is obviously threatening. This time, Long Qingxie was not abnormal, but the first cold anger with a gloomy face. This is also the first time for Yunwu to have inexplicable doubts about the identity of the man, Night. Who the hell is that? How can the dragon be changed in this way? Little thing, now you can see clearly that there are few good men in the world except me. Low voice, very light brush Cloud Dance ear. The clouds dance in tears and smiles. This man is really, however, his words also let Cloud Dance understand that Long Qingxie didn't want to reveal what was hidden to her. Why on earth? Why do you have to hide her? Brother Long, you really misunderstood. I didn't mean any harm to Miss Yunwu. What happened tonight was an accident. Is it? Long Qingxie's golden pupil narrowed, and there was a trace of killing intention in the bottom of his eyes, glaring at the night. Brother Long, you can't be excited. The consequences will scare me, said the knight with a gentle smile. The consequences? Cloud Dance pick eyebrow, slant to overdue of saw the man nearby. From the golden eyes of Dragon Qingxie, Yunwu saw a very dark twinkling light for the first time. He has a clear hostility to Night. It's not the kind of hostility he used to have to his rival, but a strange hostility that can't be explained clearly. What's the matter? Cloud Dance low voice Dynasty Dragon Qing Xia inquired. Dragon Qing evil smell, golden pupil light dark flash. Half ring, just restore the evil spirit of the past, pulled the corner of the mouth. Just feel this man, not pleasing to the eye. What are you hiding from me? This time, Yunwoo was sure. Do you believe me? Dragon Qing Evil don't answer, partial low head of looking at Cloud Dance. If before I knew him, she would not believe it. But, don't keep it from me for too long. Finally, Cloud Dance also said such a sentence. And the meaning of the words, how can Dragon Qing Xie not understand it? However, at the time of the dialogue between Dragon and Cloud Dance, the knight laughs lightly, like a woman. General white tender palm a turn, the fire red small jade bottle lies quietly in the palm. Try this. It's good for the wound. The secret medicine you made yourself? Cloud Dance glanced. Hee, the knight said with a light smile, Miss Yunwoo is extremely smart. This is a secret medicine made from a variety of precious medicinal materials. It has excellent curative effect on the injury. Then knight handed the jade bottle to Yunwoo. No, we don't need it. Yunwoo didn't take it. The wound on her body is not serious, and Long Qingxie just took the blow for her. It's estimated that she was quite hurt, but with this man's temperament, it's estimated that he would never like her to take his medicine. What's more, the dragon has healing power. Knight slightly leng. Yunwoo, take the medicine bottle. In the sea of consciousness, the voice of Black Pride suddenly rings out. Take it. Well, this man called Knight has a strange smell. Even I can't tell who he is. Moreover, he knew Long Qing Evil Tail was following you. Said, Black Proud pause for a while, then again Wei. The man is unfathomable. From the very beginning, I felt his consciousness scanning your body all the time. He almost found me several times. What? Hyo almost found out by him. What does that mean? Can he see through the chaos in her sea of consciousness? Or can you see through what's in her? But even Shangguansheng can't do it. Who is this knight? Yunwoo was shocked for the first time. Then Yunwoo hesitated. Take it. I'll use it. With that, the black fog began to shrink and disappear. Cloud Dance. Little thing, what are you stupid about? Long Qingxie reaches out his hand and shakes it. He finds that Yunwoo's eyes are empty and stands still. Isn't it stupid? The Cloud dances back to God. He didn't answer Long Qingxie. Instead, he grabbed the medicine bottle he was about to take back. I'll take this medicine. Knight, Long Qingxie, after taking the medicine bottle, Yunwoo moved into space. Long Qingxie looked at Yunwoo and suddenly changed his attention. He couldn't help thinking for a while, but he didn't ask much. Well, if you think the night is good, you can continue to enjoy it. Maybe we won't accompany you. In the meantime, Yunwoo's heart moves. In a moment, he takes back Xiaoqiu, Lan Yu, Baishuir, Shideng, and Hengling. Let's go. Dragon Qing Evil Mouth Hook, long arm around Cloud Dance waist, listen to you. As soon as the voice fell, Cloud Dance and Dragon turned around and gradually disappeared into the night. Haha, it's more and more interesting. With a strange smile, Knight walks in the opposite direction. It was morning when I returned to the evil city, and the city was once again prosperous and bustling in the daytime. Cloud Dance sits on the wooden chair. One Knight does not have the rest, plus the battle consumes the physical strength. The coquettish eye sun appears very tired. Dong dong. Who is it? Softened the soft hazy eyes, Cloud Dance tone revealed low. Open the door, it's Dragon. How is your injury? Yunwoo takes a look at the dragon. Last night, it looked like he was seriously injured. Long Qingxie hooked his lips. I didn't hurt my muscles and bones. It's all right. But how is your injury? Last night, although Yunwoo didn't seem to be a big deal, there were still several wounds. Although her water element has healing trauma, it has no effect on herself. Nothing serious, skin trauma. Cloud rubbed soft left shoulder, dress already dyed black by blood. Here, I've brought you a dress. After changing it, I'll give you medicine. Long Qingxie took out a long skirt and handed it to Yunwu. The evil eyebrows revealed a little heartache. Cloud Dance is not polite, took the long skirt, with even began to untie the clothes on the body. Little thing, are you going to change your clothes in front of me? Are you afraid I can't control it? If I let you out, you'll really go out? Cloud Dance slanted the head of looked at him one eye, rare pick eyebrow to ask away. She doesn't know about this man's personality. The more you don't let him see it, the more shameless he will be. This little thing is obviously challenging his endurance. Seeing that Yunwu was really taking off his clothes again, Long Qingxie finally consciously turned his back and walked towards the door. There's no way to get rid of you. Hurry up and call me when you change. Close the door again. Cloud Dance frowned tightly, forced to bear the pain and took off his clothes. After taking off the clothes, Yunwu found that the inside clothes were also dyed red by blood, and the dried blood condensed into black scars. Is the claw of the desert poisonous? The toxicity is not strong, and the damage to Cloud Dance is not big. Who was that knight? Cloud Dance stares at the bloodstain on the clothes and frowns tightly. After thinking for a long time, Yunwu didn't figure out why. After putting on the long skirt with the fastest speed, Yunwu called out to the door, "Come in." Creak, changed. Well. Yunwu nodded lightly, poured a cup of tea and took a sip. Long Qingxie closed the door and blinked, so fast. Originally, I wanted to say, help, this man likes to use his mouth. Is it good? Long Qingxie nodded, but his eyes were staring at Cloud Dancing's slender legs. Good looking. Good looking, Long Qingxie didn't feel guilty at all, and his eyes were staring at him. If you don't know this man, you will be regarded as a rascal by his appearance at this time. In the Dragon Clan, I made an appointment with Nangong Yi to meet him in the Evil City. Has he come yet? Yunwu is too lazy to pay attention to the eyes of Dragon Qingxie. Long Qingxie then took back his sight and said, he went to pray for the night, they went to transmit the array, and it was estimated that it would take some time to go back and forth. In fact, little thing, why wait for him? Let's go directly to the Phoenix clan, so as not to waste time. Anyway, when you come to the top of the desert, you need to find out where the entrance of the Phoenix tribe is. This man is careful, how can Cloud Dance not know? However, she even made an appointment with Nangong Yi. Naturally, there is no reason to leave without waiting for him. Long Qingxie had no choice but to turn a white eye, and did not continue the topic. The corner of his eye swept to the red medicine bottle on his paw. How do you plan to use this medicine? Keep it. It's always useful. Yunwu picked up the medicine bottle and threw it into the Chaos Hall. In the Hall of Chaos, a mass of suspended black fog suddenly unfolded, and a dark mouth instantly swallowed the jade bottle. Give me a few days. There was no movement in the dark fog. Give me the medicine. Cloud Dance turns over a hand, a regimen of red grass of dripping blood is stuffed to Long Qingxie, enjoin away. By the way, this herbal medicine should be chewed up before applying, don't forget. Long Qingxie. I can't help but pass by the helpless pet drowning, this little woman, the herb is so bitter that even the dragon can't help frowning. Chew them all up and wrap them in gauze. Looking at the scar on Yunwu's shoulder, the original smooth and tender skin was extremely terrible, the flesh and blood turned out, and the scarlet stimulated the dragon's evil senses. Is this skin trauma? Cloud Dance suddenly found behind him a strong sense of killing, and then turned into a gentle atmosphere. What's the matter? Cloud Dance turns head to ask away. It's nothing, but how can there be a phoenix mark on the shoulder? Dragon Qing evil pressure heart, looking at her shoulder next to the red mark. Phoenix mark? Cloud Dance Aleng, subconsciously turned his head, toward his shoulder to see. When you see the half-red mark like the birthmark, it suddenly flashed in your mind. It appeared after you used the fire of origin to hatch the little stink in the bottomless hole. Fire seal is like a phoenix bathing in fire, so it is called phoenix mark. In fact, Yunwoo didn't find it at first. It's like hatching a little stink. Long Qing evil smell speech, but fell into a burst of meditation. What's the matter? Is there anything wrong? Long Qingxie shook his head. It's okay. I just think it's pretty. Long Qingxie, who has always been evil, seems very gentle at the moment. His fingertips move gently to apply herbs to Yunwoo. Have a good rest. We'll start in a few days and take good care of ourselves first. After taking the medicine, Long Qingxie suddenly said. Because Nan Gongyi hasn't come back, and I don't know how long it will take him to go back and forth, so Yunwoo nods. Take a few days off and have a rest. Dong dong. Come in. Red Fire Dragon, Meng Bai and Shengguan come in. However, when they saw the situation in the room, their faces changed strangely. Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai looked at each other, hesitated and blinked. The clothes are still there, we didn't come at the right time, did we? Cloud Dance smell speech, forehead a black line straight down, these two are not human guy's head, what are thinking? Let's go. You're busy, haha, we've all come in, and we're still grumbling. Shengguan, a wise man, couldn't see it anymore. He kicked Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai in. Bang, close the door. Red Fire Dragon rarely looked at the cloud and said, we all know what happened last night. We'd better not contact that guy named Knight. Meng Bai nodded in agreement with Red Fire Dragon. Shengguan also nodded, yes, he gives people the feeling that something is not right. Cloud Dance thought for a moment. The man who calls himself Knight feels more evil than the dragon. Besides, he still doesn't know what his purpose is. It's really not suitable to contact him. However, at this time, they are in the evil city, his territory. If he wants to contact with them, can they still hide? Be flexible. Cloud Dance Dan lips micro motion, spit out 4 words. Well. Let's get something to eat. We haven't slept all night. We're sleepy and hungry. Cloud Dance gets up and goes out, Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai look at each other, shrug and follow up. Finally, Long Qingxie followed Shengguan. The party came to another tavern. The tavern is not big. The stone tables and chairs on display reveal the vicissitudes of life. Yunwoo and other candidates take a corner seat. However, a table nearby soon attracted the attention of Yunwoo. Did you hear that this morning, the caravan found a large number of corpses of desert beasts outside the city? Yes, I've heard that it's a tragedy. Within 100 miles, there are corpses, limbs and arms. Some desert animals have even been drained of blood. The cloud dances and hears the speech, the eyebrows suddenly a wrinkly. A corpse 100 miles around? What's the matter? Even if she let them out last night, she couldn't kill so much. What's more, she remembers that after the dragon poured out his evil hand, the desert beasts that had been surrounded by him retreated. How could another man in the armor of the city guard roared, "What do you know? I am the city guard. I am ordered to investigate in the morning. Do you know what I know?" "Haha, big brother, you're kidding." The man who spoke said with a smile. The man snorted coldly and said, "In the morning, we were ordered to investigate and found that these desert beasts were not killed, but burned, and even frozen to death. Some of them even had only bones left. That's a tragedy. I think there must have been some experts burning at the top of the desert last night, and then they met a group of desert beasts, and then they burned a lot of them." Poof dash, the red dragon couldn't hold back, and a mouthful of tea sprayed on Meng Bai's depressed face. Meng Bai's face turned black. "You, giggle, I'm sorry, I can't hold it." Red Dragon hands out his hand to wipe Meng Bai's face apologetically. Meng Bai dislikes clapping his hand and wiping it clean. However, speaking of these people, it's too much fun, one by one outrageous. Shengguan said with a smile. Alright, let's eat. Dragon Ching evil mouth evil spirit slightly yang wei, small too. A bloated man ran over, fat around his waist shaking with the man's pace, very lovely. My guest, what would you like? Here is the recipe. The man's face was full of smiles, and he gave Yunwu a recipe made of animal skin. The more Yunwu looked down, his face became stiff. It seems that there is no normal dish in the soup. Cough, sophomore, do you have anything else? Yunwu gives the recipe back to shower. My guest, are these the signature dishes of the small shop, Miss Yunwu? Little Tu's fat face was startled, and his eyes narrowed into a slit suddenly opened. In front of him, isn't this the big man on the top of the desert cloud dance? Do you know me? It's more than knowing, Miss Yunwu. Your reputation has spread all over the desert. Many people regard you as their goal of hard cultivation. Cloud dance. Cough, I know, don't make it public. Yunwu put a slender finger on his mouth, and Duzue made a quiet gesture. The shopkeeper nodded and said in a low voice, Miss Yunwu, it's a pleasure for you to come to the shop. I'll treat you to this meal. Wait, no. Before Yunwu had time to answer, the shopkeeper had already run away. Haha, let's have the whole animal feast today. Red Dragon grinned. For the Red Fire Dragon, eating meat is of course the happiest. Maybe it's because of the cloud dance, the shop boy quickly put the dishes together, and gave away a roast little desert beast, a whole one for free. The table is almost full. Xiao Wu, eat a leg of a beast. Your wound is not good. Mend it. Rudely, he took down a whole leg, and Shengguan handed it to Yunwu. Looking at the half-adult-sized leg in front of me, Yunwu swallowed his saliva. How do you want me to eat it? To be honest, she has no appetite for this desert beast. Simple. The Red Fire Dragon was torn apart, and the Shengguan got close to it. He took out a big knife to cut off a piece of meat and send it to Yunwu. Have a try and see if it's delicious. In front of the hand size of barbecue, let Cloud dance some unable to mouth, open small mouth, and closed. Long Qingxia fixed his eyes to see that it was really big, and gently tore off a small mouthful of meat. I feed you. Ah! I can't bear it. Goosebumps are going up. The Red Fire Dragon took a cold glance and turned his head to the side. Cloud danced helpless, but still obediently open mouth. I thought the meat should not taste good, but I didn't expect that the meat was crispy and delicious, similar to chicken flavor. This meal looked disgusting, and then I found that it tasted really good. Seeing that Cloud Dance had eaten, the Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai Shengguan were not polite, so they started to eat by themselves. After a while, a whole table of desert animal feast was swept away by Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai. I didn't expect that the taste of this desert beast was pretty good. If we had known that, we would have prepared a few to satisfy our craving occasionally. That's it at this time. Long Qingxia stretched his waist and said lazily, Waiter, give me 10 dishes on this table. Cloud Dance stunned, 10. Can you still eat it? What a stomach he has. I don't know how far it is to the Phoenix people, so I'm ready to eat on the road. Long Qingxia awakens everyone. Yes, their next target is the Phoenix. Although they are not sure where the Phoenix is, it is always good to prepare food. Anyway, there's storage space. If you throw food in, it won't break for a moment. Haha, you are considerate, but 10 may not be enough. Red Fire Dragon satisfied patting belly to smile way. Dragon tilts evil spirit to pick eyebrow, glanced at Red Fire Dragon, oneself want to eat of oneself prepare, these but specially prepare for our family small thing. Red Fire Dragon. Little too. Give me another 20 Red Dragon mouth a smoke roar, immediately a clap table, loud voice pull up, and then pointed to the wine jar on the ground, and wine, all to my uncle. Cloud Dance looks at these two people, some helpless. When Long Qingxia and Red Fire Dragon are together, Yunwu hands a bag of magic core to Xiao Er and tells him not to reveal the whereabouts of the people. The shopkeeper nodded happily and threatened not to disclose the information of Yunwu and others. Yunwu and others just left the hotel. Little thing, where shall we go next? Dragon Qingxia embraces Cloud Dance's thin waist and asks while walking. Let's have a look first and find out the location of the Phoenix clan. It's estimated that Nanganji will be back in a day or two. We'll leave then. In addition to waiting for Nanganji, Yunwu also thinks that she is injured and can't get on the road. In case of an accident on the way, it will be extremely harmful to her and even the whole team. However, it's strange that after a tour, several people didn't find out the location of the Phoenix clan. The position of the Phoenix clan should not be difficult to find out. At the beginning, Yunwu also met the wine saint of the Phoenix clan. It shows that there are Phoenix people on the top of the desert. But after a circle, I didn't find out at all. It's strange. I didn't know about it all the time. I happened to visit a store, and Yunwu and others came into the store by the way, intending to buy some pills and daily necessities. Because no one can predict what will happen on the way of the Phoenix. Be prepared. The night came and the sun faded. Back in the room, Yunwu sat on the head of the bed with her knees crossed. When consciousness enters the chaos hall of mind, the black fog floats and rolls in the air. Hayo, have you found out anything? The black fog unfolded and turned into a hazy human shape. The faint voice came out, Cloud Dance, I decomposed the jade bottle and learned that the composition of the medicine bottle does not belong to the top of the desert. I don't know exactly where it is, but I can be sure that it is not from the human world or the top of the desert. Not from the human world and the top of the desert. Could that be the upper bound? No. Something that does not belong to the land of man. Black AO looked at Cloud Dance, and continued, also, taking medicine really has a very strange healing effect. After I swallow it, my strength is cured, but the medicine has a thick dark smell. The smell of darkness? Well. It's just like the dark breath in the magic grass when you used it to heal. Now you are awakened by the blood of the witches. Although the light and the dark are integrated with each other, you still have the power of evil bite in your body. If you use this medicine with thick dark breath, it is estimated that the power of evil bite in your body will be completely out of control and explode. Completely out of control. So serious. Cloud Dance embroiders eyebrow tight. See you. That night exactly is who he takes medicine to her is intentional or unintentional. Cloud Dance eyes gradually stained with a trace of undercurrent, killing intention fleeting. If he must be hostile to her, she will not show mercy. People who can appear on the top of the desert are not good at it. No matter what, you should be careful yourself. Well, I see. By the way, Hayo, do you know where the Phoenix clan is? Yunwu suddenly remembered. Since he had been to the top of the desert, he would know the position of the Phoenix family. Can Black Proud smell speech, but fell into silence for a long time. After half a ring. The purpose of the migration of the Phoenix clan is to hide their location. I owed a favor to the ancestors of the Phoenix clan at that time, so I should have promised. Hearing this, Yunwu naturally understood what he meant. He promised that others would not disclose, so now she naturally does not force him. However, the Phoenix clan moved their clan in order not to let others know their whereabouts. Why? Obviously, this problem is unknown for the time being. Consciousness returns to the body, Cloud Dance meditates for a moment, can't figure it out, and finally it's not tangled. If Hayo doesn't say it, he can only ask from others. Stretched limbs for a while, Yunwu lay on the bed and soon fell asleep. The next morning, the golden sun through the window tile cloud bed, warm and comfortable, sleeping Karen in the sun appears peaceful and beautiful. It's hard to believe that such a beautiful woman is a real killer, reincarnation, killing without blinking an eye. Just then, there was a sudden knock at the door. Dong dong. Dong dong. Xiao Wu. Open the door. Shangguan's loud voice rang out outside the door. Yunwu had already woken up from his sleep when he made noise. Through the light curtain of the sun, Cloud Dance caresses slightly messy green silk, puts on clothes and opens the door. At the moment when the wooden door opened, a group headed by Red Fire Dragon rushed in. Hello. This is my room. Cloud Dance can't help frowning. In the early morning, a group of men burst into the room for no reason to disturb the dream. Yunwu, there's a large group of mercenaries outside, shouting to see you, but they can't stop it. Red Fire Dragon said in a loud voice. A group of mercenaries out there. The Cloud dances slightly alang. She remembers that her whereabouts are relatively low-key. How could immediately, Cloud Dance can't help but think of the shopkeeper. Originally thought that when Nangongyi arrived, he left in a low key, but now he made such a noise. Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai look at each other. Do you want to go out and have a look? They threatened to break in if they didn't see you. The dragon leaned against the door, lazy-like, little thing, your fame is beyond our imagination. Yes, fame is a headache. Shangguan agreed. Cloud Dance is also a bit depressed. Now what? Shall I see you? Cloud Dance glanced at the window outside. It was already dawn, and the movement of the downstairs could be heard even from a distance. Go and have a look. In any case, the mercenary regiment was called by her. Although it was disbanded, many small groups of mercenary regiments had formed on the top of the desert. This has improved the existence of the vicious name on the top of the desert. Finishing clothes, Yunwu takes the lead to walk out. Out of the house, the dazzling sunshine's stinging eyes hurt. Yunwu raised his arms slightly blocked. Miss Cloud Dance. Yunwu girl is out. The Mao sun slowly opens, immediately was startled by the scene in front of me. Thousands of people surrounded the tavern, waving weapons and shouting, including yesterday's tavern shopkeeper. The cry that shakes through the sky startles Yunwu. It took him a long time to recover. This is too exaggerated. These thousands of people, it is estimated that the whole city has come. Dead fat man, little thing, don't you want to say something? Long Qingxie stands beside Yunwu and can't help picking the evil way of eyebrow. Of course, they have seen this situation for a long time. Taking a deep breath of the cold air, Yunwu calmed down slightly and said softly, everyone, be quiet. The crowd, who were shouting enthusiastically, calmed down in a moment, looked up at Yunwu, waiting for her. Everyone, I thank you for your love for Yunwu. However, I hope you can still follow the rules of the city and go on your own. Don't gather here. In fact, even if Cloud Dance has been in this strange world for such a long time, it is still not used to such a situation. What flowery words, she still can't learn. Don't worry, Miss Yunwu. We've got the permission of the Lord of the City when we gather here today. Yes, Yunwu girl doesn't have to worry about us. We just want to thank Yunwu girl for what she has done to the top of the desert. Yes, thank you, Miss Cloud Dance. If it wasn't for Miss Yunwu, we would be living in a muddle. Now there is a mercenary regiment on the top of the desert, so we don't have to live in a vagrant and plundering life. That's to say, those of us who haven't lived in the city for a long time have all joined the mercenary regiment, United Action. Miss Cloud Dance. There was another shout. Such a dynamic, completely unexpected Cloud Dance. At the beginning, she recruited mercenaries on the top of the desert. Actually, she wanted to help Red Fire Dragon fight against the dragon. Unexpectedly, she changed so much on the top of the desert. Little thing, I think, you are really a good leader. Long Qingxie looks at the scene, and the evil spirit hooks his lips. Deep in the eye, it seems to flash a touch of doting. Cloud Dance. In fact, I think this guy is quite right. People on the top of the desert worship you so much, or when they gather together to deal with the Beast Gate, they can come back and call these people to help destroy the Beast Gate. Meng Bai said seriously. Red fire dragon smell speech, can't help but agree to nod. But Yunwu looks at Shengguan. Don't worry about me. Between you and Beast Gate, you know how I choose. Shengguan shrugged. Perhaps, the only thing he can't bear is his father. Wait till the time. Cloud Dance said. Let's go, my friends and I are about to leave the top of the desert. In the middle of the Cloud Dance, I suddenly feel a breath coming quickly. Looking up, I saw a black shadow flash in the air. In the blink of an eye, a man stood on the huge stone outside the house. It's you. Cloud Dance eyebrows slightly wrinkle, Red Fire Dragon and others' face slightly sink, have surrounded up. Miss Yunwu, why are you so anxious to leave without saying goodbye? The handsome man said with a smile that it was the mysterious man Knight. I'm sorry, my partner and I have something to do. It's inconvenient to stay. The Cloud dances quietly. For this night, Cloud Dance mood seems to be a little more vigilant. Since Miss Yunwu has something important, I can't detain her. Knight said with a smile, if you can use my place in the future, just come back, our people on the top of the desert are your friends. I'm willing to go through fire and water for Yunwu girl, and I'll never give up. I don't know who it is. I took the lead in shouting, and the crowd exploded again. I'm willing to go through fire and water for Yunwu girl, and I'll never give up. I'm willing to go through fire and water for Yunwu girl, and I'll never give up. Orcs, dragons, and various strange races wave their fists and weapons and promise one after another. Only where Cloud Dance is useful, the top of the desert mercenary corps, that even the dragon people were shocked at the beginning must come out again. I'll give you a present before you leave. The knight turns over the hand to present 2 wine bags. This wine I also leave not many, has the auxiliary effect to your injury. It seems that he knows the extent of her injury. Thank you. Don't bother. I'm in good condition. The tone of Cloud Dance is not slow. Even Black Pride can't see this person clearly. Without confirming whether the other party is an enemy or a friend, Yunwu chooses to keep a distance. We will take good care of your kindness, my woman. Long Qingxie reaches out his hand and embraces Yunwu in his arms. Knight. It seems that I am worried too much. With Brother Long by my side, I really don't need to worry about this outsider. You're tuning into the Blissful Bookshelf YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.